Lock them in. Wide. We're all just wide. I actually was trying to do it, but I'm on Chrome and Frankerface is working on Chrome. So I kept trying to type wide, but it kept autofilling to wide. People are happy. So it's not, it was tough. It was tough. I'm like LARPing as a broken Frankerface guy, but I know Draconian's works as well because he used a script extender. So surely he had the same issue. Yeah, welcome in. How's everyone's weekend going? The smoke is kind of better. It's hard to tell because it's also cloudy. But I woke up and the sun wasn't bright red, so that's always a good sign. um, but yeah, I think it's getting better, but yeah, it has kind of not been great for people breathing everywhere. You know, the breathing people, aka all of us. The Tupac is starting to form the Pilates. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. It depends. It depends if I have been doing my ab workouts at home. Although yesterday we basically did glutes, but everything kind of involves core. Like it's like we're working on our back, but technically we're still doing our core. And then we're like working on our arms, but technically we're still doing our core. It's like everything is like that, but kind of depends on the intensity of it. Why was there smoke? There's wildfires in BC. It's like a annual thing. Like it's every year. It depends on the severity. But yeah, every year there's usually wildfires because we have a lot of trees. We have a lot of trees and they burn down. It gets hot, and I don't actually know how they start. Sometimes they can start from like, you know, idiots like smoking in the forest, or like people trying to do like a campfire even though there's a fire ban, that kind of stuff. Or sometimes it can just be from like lightning, I'm pretty sure. I'm not that familiar. Yeah, lightning is really common. So like it did start pouring last night and I was like, "Oh, thank God it's raining because it will help put out the fire." But then I heard like the loudest thunder in my life. I was like, "Okay, that's probably not." I don't know. I don't know if the rain cancels out the lightning, but I'm not. I don't think so. And welcome in, Sushi Gamer. How are you? How's gaming? Um, and welcome in, Jimmy. Are you ready for some football? Is it NFL season? I think it is. I think people were talking about it before as well. I'm totally ready. Lightning straight to my heart. Let's go. Um, that's so true. That's so true. Gio would say that. Football stream. Me throwing a football. I cannot throw the football. Um, you know, like when you throw it and it like goes like straight. What is it called? Like when it like spirals. I don't know how to do that. But I can barely throw like a normal ball. So I don't know. Um, and welcome in, Anthony. So summers for you are smoke filled annually. I mean, it's not smoke filled, I would say. It's like maybe a few days, or maybe a week every summer. It kind of depends. Sometimes it's really bad. This year there wasn't any smoke till like last week, so it's not too bad. You need a head, cheese head for your silly hat collection. I don't know about that, man. I'm lactose intolerant. And Hakumin Yokomoto, you have stolen what's up? We're just listening to the feels, as usual, as usual. We do love the feels here. That's a good one. That's always going on the karaoke soundtrack, you know? What are your guys' go-to karaoke songs? Because like for me, feels definitely on there. What else? I mean, it's kind of the songs I would sing on stream, like if it's like K-pop, like Bad Boy. Bad Boy's a good one. I like Halo. I like a little bit of Beyonce. I like some Disney songs. You know, I think these days you gotta add Golden. Like everyone's gotta try to hit that note. You know. And welcome in, Gundam. Hope you're doing well today. I'm silly hat intolerant. I'm not silly hat intolerant. I'm very tolerant toward those. But I'm specifically cheese hat intolerant. You'd karaoke feels a screamo cover, like an intentionally screamo cover, or just like you're trying to reach the notes and you're screaming. You even eats the cheese head. It's just a hat. I know, but it's just Um, it's just like the vicinity to it. Um, Enemy, the rap and Enemy. That one's so hot. Wait, Ricky, if you can rap Enemy, then your English is kind of cracked. It's very fast, very fast. So you don't have to worry about it at all. Enemy is fun on Beat Saber. I like I like Enemy on Beat Saber. But you gotta bring it up every time. You gotta go, oh, the misery. There's a new Twice song called Enemy. It's Japanese. Can you steal my heart? Can you steal my heart? What? I actually don't get that reference. What song is that? Can you steal my heart? I actually have no idea. The golden note is so easy to hit. I've been trying. I've been putting it on in the car, and I've been doing a Yokomoto special Screamo cover. And welcome in, Baba. You love K-pop and yapping? Me too. Me too. You think I can, but I don't doubt you here, and I'm just butchering. No. I'm sure you're doing an amazing job. Can you sing? I do sing. Yeah, I do sing. But it depends. Although I'm glad the smoke is clear. I do take singing lessons, which is I have them on Mondays, and I was very worried about the smoke. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to sing at my singing lesson if it's like really smoky. And I keep breathing in smoke every night. But I think it's okay. Like, it should be fine. But right now, at singing lessons, I'm learning classical singing. So I'm singing like an Italian opera song, because I thought it'd be cool to know how to sing classical music. Maybe eventually I'll go back to contemporary music and be like, hello, I would like to sing Golden. I really want to ask my singing instructor how many people are like how many like she must have a lot of younger students, right? Like how many of them are asking to sing Golden at their class, right? Like how many 12-year-olds are there be like, please can I want to sing Golden. You're like, oh God, you were not going to sing Golden. To the triple threat, singer, dancer, and streamer, classic triple threat. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'll take that. I have not danced in a long time. I should probably get back on that. I was really wanting to be good at dancing. But in terms of the actual triple threat with the acting, I don't think I could act to save my life. I'm a famously bad liar. I don't know if that's related to being a good actor. I'm assuming it is, right? I don't think I'd be very convincing as an actor. The wildflower smoke is no worse for you than the pack you smoke. Zirconia is always spreading propaganda about me smoking. Apparently I smoke. I'm stinky, and I'm 7 feet tall. I guess some of that is okay. Maybe I'm stinky because I hypothetically smoke. You know? Can you read music? Yes, but not as well these days. I played piano growing up for like 10 years. So I used to be able to read music like I could read English. These days, not as badly, but I do read music. I do have sheet music when I sing, so I do read it in some regard, but could I like sight read it on the piano? Maybe not. Let's hear Ave Maria. I don't know Ave Maria, I'm sorry. I only learned a couple songs so far. I was singing Phantom of the Opera. I was singing the Flower Duet. And now I'm singing a song called Voi che sapete. You smoke? Should we check if Japanese majors? Maybe Japanese major does smoke. Like that's smoking is a lot more common in Japan, I'm pretty sure. Cause like there's so much. Like in Japan, you can just get a pack of cigarettes from the vending machine. I'm like, that's crazy. What if a 12-year-old went and bought a pack of cigarettes from the vending machine? Would they know how to smoke it? Probably not, but like they could. They could. But I don't think it's a problem. I've never seen a child smoking in Japan. That's once I move, I'll have more space in my house for a piano. So I want to get a piano and then actually take piano lessons again, because I've heard that if you played piano like significantly growing, or if you played any instrument significantly growing up, what am I trying to say? If you played an instrument significantly growing up, even if it has been like 10 years since you last played, you can get back to your normal level within like a few months just because the muscle memory of like playing an instrument is so strong. Are you gonna do a singing performance after doing all these lessons? Honestly, I've had like some songs on the back burner that I wanted to like prepare properly, but at this point, I feel like I should just do like a karaoke stream and then let people request whatever, and it's like not gonna be perfect, but it will be a fun time, you know? Because like I was wanting to prepare songs with like accompaniment and everything, but for me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So like even when I do a singing stream, I want to be like extremely prepared, and I don't want it to be like I don't want it to like mess up at all, which is like not realistic. So I think maybe I should just do a karaoke stream, and then we'll just sing whatever, and it will just be like for fun. I think that and people can like request songs to be a fun time. I think I'm gonna do that, but maybe once the smoke is gone, I'm not in a good. I mean, I think I'm fine to sing, but like it's not the best time. Maybe this month. I don't know. Smoking is more common and acceptable in Japan. I think so. I think so. Not as it's still not like back in the day, like you could smoke in restaurants and stuff, like same as here. These days you cannot. But there's usually like smoking rooms. Like there's like these weird glass rooms places where you can smoke. I've been feeling a little oppressed as a smoker here in US. Some concert venues don't even have them. Poor me. It's tough. It's tough doing that. Well, we've been over this. You know how I feel about smoking. Um, but yeah, I think that's just pretty common these days. Made your original song when? I don't write music. I don't write music. I'm sorry. I just perform it. I've never expressed I've never wanted actually I wrote songs when I was like a kid. I think when I was like maybe like 15, I probably wrote some songs, but I probably just like copied some songs, you know, like I don't think I was like that good at it. But I think it was fun for me as a kid. A recital stream? Yeah, I've done a couple singing streams, but I think I've only done two or three over the years. Cause like I said, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I want to like get the song ready and stuff. But it's a lot of work to prepare it. So it's like I feel like I should just like come as I am, you know? I feel like that'd be better. Cause it's never gonna happen. I've had this list of songs for like a year, and I feel like it's not gonna happen, you know? And I've been saying to everyone that I'm gonna do it. And I don't think I've even done a singing stream in this apartment. Actually, maybe I have. Cannot remember. Actually, no, I don't think I have. So it's been at least 3 years, no? Since I did a singing stream. Um, the first Meet Your Game stream, I saw you were doing art. Yeah, that was just like a fun. I used to have like sub goals and stuff, and that was just one of them from before. Um, I made a I made a Bob Ross painting. It's actually pretty good. And welcome in, Marshadow. How are you? That's a Pokemon. I know that. The Bob Ross thingy. Yeah, my mom recently was like, by the way, you have all these like paint supplies, and you have not used them in like 4 years. Like, are you gonna use them? Like, I know you don't like drawing. Like, are you gonna use? And I just told her to donate them. I was like, Mom, I'm not gonna use them. um, I've been thinking about I've been thinking about giving away the Miget painting though, the Bob Ross painting. But I don't know how I'd do it. You know? I don't know who what would determine who would get it. Like maybe like an essay. That'd be crazy though. No, I don't know. Um but yeah, it's we'll see. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to do a karaoke stream and not necessarily like a concert stream, you know? Because otherwise, it's gonna be a while, you know. I feel like I could keep working on a song forever and not be happy with it, you know. How am I? I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, I will tell you the songs I was learning. I wanted to learn, "Hard to Love" by Rose. Um, I wanted to learn that on guitar, but I was like, I don't even think I could play it at the same time as singing it. It's like, would you really play the lead guitar part while singing? Probably not. Snooze. Some Ariana Grande, of course. We Can't Be Friends. Psycho. Red Velvet. And then maybe Comedy, the song from Spy X Family, not in a weeb way. And maybe Halo and Yore ni Kakeru, but Yore ni Kakeru is a bit of my nemesis. You heard me just. I don't smoke. This is spreading lies. This is Zirconian's propaganda. Like a, what is it called? Like a smear campaign against me. A double-spaced 10-page essay why the person thinks you should get the paint. I'm trying to think of what would be a fun competition for the painting, you know? If anyone even wants it, like, what are you gonna do with that painting? I don't know. Did you get the canine? You need to check out Miju's Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would love some dogs. Um, Kim Sejong, yes, we love her. We love her. She's one of my favorites. Um, I would love some dogs sniffing around my place. That'd be great. Do dogs even sniff out cigarettes? Probably not, right? Because like surely they're only trained to sniff out like illegal substances. It's probably not. It's probably not going to be cigarettes. But maybe they can. Maybe they can. But I don't know. I don't even know where you buy cigarettes. Do you buy them at like the gas station? Like where do you buy them? You can't just buy them at the grocery store, right? Do you have to go to a specific smoke store? Like a vape store? But that's like for vapes, right? I don't even know. I guess the gas station. That's where I always see people buying them in movies. That seems very specific. Like it's like, oh, if you want to smoke, you have to go to the gas station. That doesn't make. But then like you also shouldn't smoke at a gas station, so that doesn't make sense, right? Have you heard "Jump" by Blackpink? I have. I have. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm hoping they're. I'm hoping they're. The rest of their comebacks are something more that I like. Like I'm just being a bit selfish here. I hope it's something that I like. But yeah, it's a bit catchy though. Like it's a little catchy. Like yesterday I was like, dun, 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 it's a little catchy. Next time you're buying something at the register at the gas station, that's where cigs are from you. Okay, well, from a verified smoker, that's where you buy cigarettes. Cause I was like, they don't sell them at like a Walmart, you know? Never thought it'd be so easy to make the smoking allegations. To people will believe anything, man. People are they just take it for truth. Um, I want the next comeback to be like, did it do? I guess so. Yeah, like I mean, they had a lot of songs like "Did It Do." Like a lot of people complain that their comebacks were too similar. Like there was "Did It Do," and then there was "Kill This Love." There was "How You Like That." Um, whatever. A lot of the songs were quite similar in structure and sound. But I do like it. I don't know. I'm not like that mad about it, because I do like all the songs. Maybe "Kill This Love" is my least favorite. Is that an unpopular opinion? Um, but yeah, it's I wanna honestly one of my favorite Blackpink songs is "As If It's Your Last." I thought it'd be cool if they do something like that again. I like their more hip hop songs like "Really" and "Kick It." But yeah, I like a song like that. Miju's too short to see over the register. Oh my gosh. As a licensed smoker, good to know. I never buy anything at the gas station anyway. I always just pay at the thing. And welcome in, Chicano. How are you? Good morning. 4'7" at a push. Okay, okay. Um, Playing with Fire is your favorite? Honestly, I really like the Japanese version of Playing with Fire. Speaking of raps, that's I don't love Lisa's raps. But Playing with Fire is my favorite one. Um, what are your children up to? K-pop, yeah. We're talking about K-pop and we're talking about um smoking. Talking about smoking. But we're saying that we're telling people, hey, you shouldn't smoke. But I was just curious. I was like, where do you even buy cigarettes? Like, I didn't even know the answer to this question. The Korean was trying to spread lies that I smoke cigarettes. But I was just saying, I don't even know where to buy a cigarette. You know, go to gas stations. Where do you get gas? I siphon it from other cars. I'm kidding. No, I just yeah, I just don't go in the store because you can just pay at the pump. I'm trying to figure out where to buy them for for Anthony. He needs more cigarettes. Don't be curious like that. No, no, I don't have any curiosity to know what it's like to inhale smoke. I'm sure, especially the first time, it's probably not very pleasant. Um, in Canada, I don't think they sell cigs at the gas station because they don't sell alcohol there either. But then where would you buy them? Like, do you have to go to a specific store? I mean, that would be good, honestly. Like, if you have to go to a specific cigarette store to buy cigarettes, like that would be better. It would be harder for people to smoke. Liquor store. Oh, liquor store would make sense. Although, I don't know. I've been in BC Liquor recently and I haven't seen any. Maybe like a private liquor store because we have government-owned liquor stores, and I've never seen cigarettes there. They sell cigs. Okay, okay. They do sell them at the gas station in Canada. Confirmed. Why would you sell alcohol at a petrol station? I don't know. Why would you? I mean, in Japan, you can buy alcohol at 7-Eleven, but it's not like a gas station. It's just a 7-Eleven. It's a convenience store. Um, Here you can buy cigarettes at basically any supermarket, kiosk, or petrol station. Yeah, but I've never seen them at a supermarket here. I don't think you can sell them at a supermarket. Like the thought of like going into a supermarket and seeing cigarettes is very strange. But maybe they're like behind the counter. Like you have to go to the register and like ask for them behind the counter. Oh, they might be actually. Now that I think about it, they might have like a case of them behind the counter. That's probably where they are. But you also can't buy alcohol at the supermarket here. So I don't really know. Like, why would you be able to buy cigarettes at a supermarket, but not at a not alcohol? Um, but but yeah. Again, why would you buy alcohol at a petrol station? Because like you're not gonna drink and drive. Like, why would you need to do that? Um, do you view people that smoke as subhuman? I don't view you as subhuman. I just think it's not a healthy habit. But you know that. You know that. Um, Long time ago, I was doing a dungeon in WoW with friends, and and the random kept saying BRB, gonna smoke a cig at 15. And kept bringing it up and saying they're 15, and we're like, okay, like what are you? I think if they actually were 15, if they actually were 15, then they probably wouldn't say that, right? If they were like trying to be cool and trying to seem like a cool, like say they were 15 and they would want to be like seen as cool, right? They might be like, I'm gonna go smoke. And then you guys can be like, wow, that person smokes. Like, that's crazy. Um, or maybe it was one of those police traps, you know? The kid goes in to buy alcohol and you're supposed to refuse, right? You're supposed to card them and refuse. In Cuba, was on kiosks or gas stations. You don't recall supermarkets. Yeah, I don't know. You're all worked up now. You need a cigarette. No, resist it, Anthony. um, and welcome in, gentlemen. What market doesn't sell alcohol? Canadian markets. We're not allowed here. For us, like you have to buy alcohol specifically from a liquor store. And we have government-owned liquor stores, so it's like controlled, I guess. But there's also private liquor stores, so I don't really get why we have a government liquor store. I don't get it. I don't think they're allowed to have cigarettes on display anymore. You have to ask for them. Oh, that's probably why. That's probably why. Yeah, I'm guessing they're behind the counter, and I just never have asked for one. I should have said wow. Maybe I think that's what they're waiting for. They kept bringing it up, hoping you'd say wow. What province are you from? British Columbia. I mean, here we have BC Liquor. Well, I mean, it's specifically called BC Liquor, so I'm assuming it's not in other provinces. Let's go about getting a 15 pack of kokanee. Wow, a 15 pack? That's pretty crazy. You can even buy liquor at your local Costco. I think we have alcohol at Costco, but it's in a separate section. I don't know if you guys have that. Like when you pass the checkout, I think there's a secret side door that has alcohol in it, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of an American Costco. That's the local beer. It's gross. I've never drank kokanee, but I've seen it around because it's from here. Is Costco in Canada? Yes. The government has a monopoly on all alcohol over 4% here, and beer and supermarkets have their own selling hours. Yeah, I think Japan is the same way. Like you can buy like beer and wine at the supermarket, but you cannot buy. No, I think you can buy everything. I don't even know. I can't remember. But here, yeah, you can even buy wine at the supermarket, which I think is a bit silly. If from Ontario, you can get alcohol basically everywhere. We have the LCBO. I guess Ontario is a different world. No, like here, yeah, you can buy at the supermarket, but you can. There's a bunch of liquor stores. Tell me about why Tim Hortons is so big in Canada only. Is it good? Honestly, these days it's not the best. Um, it is a Canadian icon. It is a Canadian icon, but it is not. These days it's like I think that's the same with all fast food restaurants. The food I don't know if the food at Tim Hortons has ever been good, but nowadays the food is not good. Coffee is still coffee, and donuts are good because it's donuts. You can't really mess up a donut. And welcome in Suresh. First time watching your stream, Twitch recommended your channel. Nice, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Are you from BC or Victoria? Victoria's in BC, but no, I'm from Vancouver. Timmy's has lost its charm. I mean, these days there's like a lot. There's like, if you go into Tim Hortons, it's like a coin flip whether there's gonna be like some sketchy behavior happening. Like it's like there's always like weird incidents at Tim Hortons. Um, Donuts, big fan, big fan. And welcome in P. Talo. Okay. Well, I know Spearow is a Pokemon. Talo sounds like it could be related, so I'm gonna say yes, it's a real Pokemon. But it also sounds like maybe you could have combined two Pokemons. But I'm gonna say yes, it's real. What do you normally stream about? I normally stream just chatting. We just sit here and yap. And then sometimes I stream Genshin. After the world shift in 2012. Oh, in 2012. Everything has lost its charm. You can you just believe that yourself. You wanna try Tim Hortons? There's some Tim Hortons in America, no? Wait, are you from America? I can't remember now. You could be Australian. Victoria looks nice. Are you just saying that because Carly Rae Jepsen? You wanna do a Carly Rae Jepsen tour? Victoria is nice, but it's very much like it's a bit of a retirement kind of town. You know what I mean? Like a lot of old people. It's very sleepy place. Correct. Yes, I knew it. Is it related to Spiro? You're from Victoria, BC. Did I know that? You're from Victoria? But maybe not to say that P. Sorry, not to say that P is like a retiree. Okay. There's other people that live there, but in general, I think the population is a bit older. Genshin, isn't that game dead? No, it's very much alive. I will keep. No, no, no. They're releasing a new region. It's quite hype. It's been going on for 5 years. You're saying my ancestors were wrong? People have famously been wrong. Yeah, Tim Hortons is not the best, but drinks are drinks. I do like Timbits. Timbits are still a good price. Like Timbits are a great deal. But oh yeah, getting food. I keep getting ads for Tim Hortons pizza, and I'm like, who the hell is getting pizza at Tim Hortons? It's terrible. In addition to yapping and Genshin, we also work towards fine-tuning the Weeb index. We're very important work what we're doing here. So when you get older, you're getting shipped off to Victoria. Yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna join Pia in the retirement home where they will quiz me on Pokemon for all of eternity. um, you're in America. In Minnesota, they tried to put Tim Hortons in the Mall of America for a bit, but everyone was like, this isn't Starbucks. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You missed your chance. But you can just like, if you're from Minnesota, you could just cross the border. It's not related to Spiro. I see. My friend who lives in Victoria works at a retirement home. See, I told you. Maybe Tim Henson should open a donut shop and put Hortons out of business. The second Tim. He doesn't seem like a Tim Hortons guy. Like every time I watched like his like studio tour, and he was like, this is like my equipment, this is my guitars, and he was like, by the way, this is my drawer full of weed, and then over here I have my other drawer full of weed as well. I was like, okay, if he's opening a retail establishment, I don't think it's gonna be coffee. If you need a tank, you can add me on Genshin. A tank? Is this not like a League of Legends, you know? What tank are you talking about? You were a whale on Get you were? Oh no. Um you might be when did you last play? They added a new game mode, which is like significantly harder than Abyss. And the hardest difficulty of that is pretty much a whale game mode. So if you ever wanted to use your whaled out characters, you could. But if it's been a while since you played, your whaled out characters may not be strong enough. Because Genshin was pretty good with power creep until about like last year. Eat a donut while listening to a sick rip, that'd be pretty cool. If my president would let me back into America if I went to Canada. True. Yeah, these days I'm not a fan of crossing the border either. There's so many horror stories. Like, and at that point, it's like, do I really want to go to America? And like, and what am I gonna do? And the exchange rate and all that stuff. But yeah, these days, like, I live fairly close. Like, I don't live that close to the border, but Vancouver's like not that far from the border. And they are, yeah, the border crossings have gone down so much since the president was just spewing nonsense about Canada. It's very unpopular these days to go to America. Even though you're white as Wonder Bread, well, I am not. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not planning to go to America anytime soon. Cause like, you guys know, I'm a big Ariana Grande fan, and she's not coming to Vancouver. So I was like, oh shit. Like, technically the closest place is probably LA. But I'm like, do I really want to go to LA? No, I'd rather just fly across the country, stay in Canada. I mean, maybe it's a good opportunity to travel more within Canada, because I haven't seen that many places. I've only been to the Toronto airport. I don't need to come back to Canada. If I move to America, I'd be okay with it. Fair enough. I mean, Canada is just better. What can I say? So, like, honestly, Anthony, it's not a, yeah. Honestly, maybe it's not a bad thing if he doesn't let you back in. Would Canada accept me, or sorry for what your president did said? They would accept you if you stopped smoking. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Canada would of course accept you. We're taking just come to Canada. You came back to wish for the Pyro Archon and her weapon. You got okay. You are all set. If you have Malvika, you are completely fine. But you should come back for the next version, which is next week, because they're doing like the standard 5-star selector again, and you get 4 constellations of of older characters. And also, if you're a whale and you've had C6 plus characters, like C7 characters, then you can level 100 characters. You get some material that will allow you to level 100 characters, which is pretty cool. And if you're a whale, you might have a lot already. You're honorary Canadian? Yeah, you could be honorary Canadian. I'm just handing them out. We have no Second Amendment. That's okay. That's okay. Unless you really like guns, but just go to the gun range and shoot them there. You don't need to shoot them in public. You shouldn't. um, who's more Vancouver coded, me or Chicano? You. Although Chicano's pretty close because like being from Seattle is definitely pretty much being about pretty much being from Vancouver. But Chicano's missing some Vancouver like some Vancouver. So, but he's getting there. He's mastered the Vancouver flake. Saying like, "Oh, we should meet up sometime," and then not doing it, or having plans, canceling them last minute. That's very good. It's very good. I think he needs to own more Lululemon because I know Zirconian does own Lululemon. I don't think Chicano owns any. Um, that's a big thing as well. You do have a gun. You'd have to get rid of that. So I think there's a few things. There's a few things. You don't care about that amendment? Yeah, I've never bothered. I actually have been to the gun range one time, and I realized guns are scary. I was like, man, guns are so, like, you don't, like, cause you see them on TV all the time, but you don't actually realize how powerful they are until you're like actually near one. Cause I'd never been near a gun that had been shot, like, thankfully, in my life, right? So it's like, it's not a common occurrence. But yeah, I feel like going once and just experiencing that is a very eye opening. Isn't she kind of like 2 blocks away from Kent? He is, yeah. 1.5 hour drive. I thought it's like I guess to the border, yeah. I guess because like for me to drive to Seattle, it's like 3 4 hours. Um. Okay, okay. We could chill with that Second Amendment stuff, gentlemen. You can move to America if you want. Um. Yeah, we gotta get to yeah, you need to get some Lululemon. Come on. You need to get on board. Once you wear it and see how comfy it is, he'll be like on board. Um where the music I was making I turned it off for so you can make a dramatic silent entrance and then I put it back on. Welcome in, Angel. Happy Sanyap to you too. Um yeah, it's like a beat drop. Yeah, yeah. You good at conjuring up plans and never following through with them. That is so Vancouver coded. um, doesn't Lulu offer free tailing at the store too? I think so. I think they do. I know Uniqlo does, but I think Lululemon does. They used to offer like if you if your clothes rip, even like years later, they would fix it for you or replace it. But I don't think they do that anymore. I think every clothing company, the quality has just been worse over the years, you know? Like even like expensive clothing companies, the quality is not that great. I think it's just all of them. You can't do Lulu and Patagonia though. Why not? I mean, if you just buy Uniqlo though, that's pretty Vancouver coded as well. Capitalism, I know. It sucks. Yeah, it's these days it just gets worse. But I do a lot of Pilates, so um I do a lot of Pilates, so you know Lululemon is very Pilates coded. Lululemon, get out of here, Angel. Your team is Mavika, Nahida, C2 Ride, and C6 Strongly. It, I feel like, yeah, I don't know what C6 Strongly does, but I feel like these days, I'm pretty sure Veressa is a new Electra DPS. She's a lot stronger than Raiden these days, but maybe on par with C2 Raiden. But like a C0 Veressa is probably like C2 Raiden. So yeah, the power creep has been pretty crazy, and Nahida is being completely obsolete recent next patch with this new character called Lauma, because she's gonna allow blooms to crit. So it's very not enough black in their collections. I mean, there's so much black Lululemon clothes. No. Patagonia is wildly colorful, probably so they can see you hiking mountains. I mean, that would make sense, but I'm sure Patagonia has black jackets. um, Capitalism is hard on people like me with no real drive or motivation to climb the capitalist ladder, so you just whine. Honestly, nothing wrong with that. You know, I think like if you're happy and you can get by, I think that's enough. You know, like I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to climb up. Just find something that's sustainable, um, and yeah, just live like that. You know, I'm very much a proponent of like you don't owe you don't owe the company anything, right? Like you don't have any loyalty to the company itself. Like I have loyalty to like my manager, to my coworkers, but like to the company itself, like you don't owe them anything. They would drop you at the drop of a hat. Like if their revenue drops like 10%, they will just lay you off, right? So sure, we're doing thing right now. I'm just sharing my Genshin knowledge, okay? And Ernie, thank you so much for the 53 months. How are you? And welcome in, Sonu. What's your favorite K-pop group? I would say Blackpink. I like Blackpink. I like Twice. But I don't know. I like 17 as well, but Blackpink. Final answer. Is Junglee still the best shield? I mean, he has the strongest shield, yes. He's not like the best support by any means, but he's a very comfy pick. With characters who are already strong enough, he is completely he's a viable option in many teams. But he's not the best option, but it's like a comfy option, right? You're good, big chill. I mean, it's Sunday. That's a perfect day to big chill. What's your favorite group, Sana? Or if anyone else has a favorite K-pop group. But yeah, it's I mean, what else? I mean, I like some solo artists as well. Like I don't know, kind of just depends. You'll hear in my playlist. As long as you don't do it every year, don't be scared of job hop if you find a better opening in another company. Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of times the company will a lot of companies. My company is pretty good about raises, but a lot of companies will a lot of sorry, what am I trying to say? A lot of companies will not give you raises that are high enough to like a lot of times, sorry, what am I trying to, a lot of times switching companies will give you a better raise than if you just stayed at your company and they give you a raise. But it kind of depends on the job market. So if you can find another job, it's better. And sometimes for me, like I really like my job personally. It's very like I like the people I work with, and the work-life balance is really good. They're not very like micromanaging. They're kind of just like they kind of just trust you to get stuff done, which I think is worth a lot. So I don't personally have any desire to switch jobs. It would take I don't even know if there is like a pay bump that would want me to switch jobs. Like I think because I think the culture is so good at my company. I don't think and I feel like I already get paid enough that there's not like a pay bump that would really be significant enough for me to, unless it's like, oh, you're gonna get $1 million per year, and then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll put up with a lot of things for $1 million per year. I could probably retire in a few years on that, but like obviously like that's like a ridiculous salary. I think, yeah, for me, I'm very happy with my job. Your favorite K-pop group is NSYNC. That's a good one. You have to switch Nahida for Nouvellette. I don't think it's a synergistic team, by the way. I don't think Nouvellette and Malvika go together. Do they? I guess it would work. It would be very strong. It would work. But I don't know what Raiden's doing there either. But with those characters, you could build other people around it to make teams. You'd be fine. But it might be you might not be able to clear the whale difficulty of the new end game mode. It still might not be enough unless you're just very, very good at the game. Yes. Anyway, we'll save the Genshin talk for Wednesday because I have a lot to say about Genshin and everyone's gonna be confused. Everyone's gonna be confused with the Genshin. I'm so deep in the I'm so deep in the Genshin meta. Like even though I'm not like a personally I'm not like a meta player. I kind of just play characters I like. You know I'm a bit of a waifu over meta player, but I do follow it. What else do I play? These days I just play Baldur's Gate. That's about the only game I play off stream these days. But yeah, I've been mostly playing Genshin. I've been playing so much Genshin because of the new endgame mode. I've been spending hours trying to beat it. I've finally beat it, so I can rest now. But it's gonna reset in next week, so I'm gonna be back on the grind. Um, you don't have a position with you don't have any problem with job hopping since you took a position even though you're overqualified. Just because you got your foot in the door and so as a way to pivot into your desired department. Yeah, if that's the case, if it's just a stepping stone, then absolutely, yeah. Look for a better opportunity. I'm just saying for me, like, even though I don't have any problem with job hopping, obviously unless you're doing it very frequently, for me, I'm just like, I'm kind of just fine. Like, I don't know. Um, I'm a firm believer of playing a character that you personally think are cool or not if they're meta or top tier. I mean, I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in what am I trying to say? I'm a big believer in just playing what you think is fun. Some people think playing the most meta characters is really fun and they want just to get the biggest number possible. That's totally fine. But for me, it's like it's a gotcha game, so they're kind of like, oh, this character's so hot. Like, don't you want them? So that kind of convinces me. You don't think you'll ever be a job hopper? I value stability. Yeah, I value stability a lot too. I mean, I think changing jobs like here and there is completely fine. Um, like changing jobs is completely fine. Like especially for like if you're gonna get a much better opportunity at the new place. But for me, it's like I would value a company that has stability and like is not going to lay me off, especially in this job market, right? There's a lot of layoffs and stuff like that. I think I would value that more than a pay bump. Cause like, what's the point of like say like Amazon is like, hey, like we're gonna pay you like 400,000 a year. Okay, that's probably too high for Vancouver. But like it's like okay, they're gonna pay you so much money, to work at Amazon. But I'm like, it's Amazon. Like you might get laid off in like a year or two, and I just don't think it's worth it unless it's like a really crazy amount of money. But it's like, oh, you could just work there for a couple of years and then you would save up a lot. I thought about getting a new job in the past, but in November I'll work at the same company for 10 years. Um, yeah, that is a long time, but like that's not a reason to stay, right? Like it sounds like you enjoy your job and it sounds like you enjoy your coworkers. So that personally that is a reason to stay, I think, but I wouldn't stay just because of like a sunk cost fallacy, you know? Um, but I think obviously you know your own situation. Um, maybe like you can always just look and see if you find something better, right? Like you might find something really really good. You might find your dream job. Um, there's nothing wrong with just looking. You don't have to take whatever comes up. I tried Genshin for a bit. Maybe I'll try it again. Is it a kind of pay to win kind of thing? Oh no, it's not pay to win at all. You can play completely for free. Um, it is a gotcha game, so you have to keep that in mind. There is like gambling in the game, but you can play completely for free. But just know yourself. Know if you have self control. If you're gonna see a beautiful character and just pull out the credit card, then maybe don't. You're gonna retire in Europe. You're over America and Canada. I don't think it's that easy to just retire in a different country. But where would you go? Where would you go? Honestly, I think obviously every country has its issues. But I do like Vancouver. I really do like Vancouver, and I don't think I would live anywhere. I'm definitely not in America. But even then, like Japan, everyone always asks me like why. Like a lot of people like weebs mostly are like, oh, why don't you live in Japan if you have like a Japanese citizenship? And Yeah, I have more issues with Japan than Canada. Playing what is fun. Yeah, imagine having fun playing video games for fun. I had a coworker who had to do contract work to get by, and he was almost not hired because they thought he was job hopping. That's silly. I guess you should have to make it extra clear on your resume that it's your contract work. Genshin should drop a bunch of hideous characters. That would be sick. I would love that. Like honestly, like if they make a character who looks a little old or like who looks like they've never made a character that looks older than 25. Okay, um, but I mean they're anime characters, so it's kind of like hard to judge the age. But like you know what I mean. Just bide your time until you get your commemorative coffee mug. Let's go. You might get a gift card. You might get like a $10 gift card if you're lucky. It says ups and downs, but ultimately you've stayed. I mean, if you've stayed, then you know that means obviously that means there's more ups than downs. We get a coin at 5. You get a coin, like a heavy coin. Why? Um, Ireland and Scotland. Ooh. I heard Scotland is really nice. I've been to Ireland. Um, and a lot of my coworkers are Irish and they're like, yeah, Dublin songs. That's like what they kept telling me. Like when I came to visit, like I was like, they're like, yeah, Dublin is not the best. Like that's what they told me. I know they have a lot of housing issues in Dublin specifically. I think it is very expensive to get a house. But I was like, bro, I come from Vancouver. Like, come on. But yeah, that's cool. I want to go to Scotland. Can't imagine why you wouldn't want to live here. Right? Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. It's a game where you collect different characters of varying rarity and ability. Is that the main thing? Um, Depends on who you ask. There's also a huge open world. There's a lot of story to be had. And there's a pretty in-depth combat system. He just doesn't want a gun. I don't want a gun. I'd be so scared having a gun in my house. I'm too Canadian. I think I enjoyed shooting a gun at the range because I was like I've said, guys, I've bragged about this many times. I was so good at shooting a gun. I was like Hawkeye with a gun. I don't know what the equivalent is. That guy, Will Smith from Suicide Squad. I was like that guy. Um, but would I want one in my home? No. Weebs are willing to work 100-hour weeks to live near it's Akihabara. Yeah, no, Ricky, Draconian's just wrong because he is trying to beat the weeb allegations. But yeah, that might be your reality. That might be your reality if you live in Japan. You might be working 100-hour weeks. He doesn't redeem Japanese minutes. Obviously, doesn't know the correct spelling. Yeah, exactly. Aki Baha Blast. Good one. Knowing Japanese place name spelling is level 1. Absolutely, absolutely. You want to be a salaryman and then outdrink your boss and get promoted. The Japanese dream. The Japanese dream. Getting invited out after work, even though you've worked like 10 hours already, and you can't say no because of the culture. You know. I would not be able to outdrink my boss, so I can drink like 1/4 of a beer. I'll be on the floor. um, but yeah, it's there's a lot of yeah, I would hate going out with your coworkers after a long day of work. It's like, oh, come on. And in Japan, you cannot say no. If your boss asks you, like you can, but it's like it's like not good. I just get him trashed and be like, let me be the VP, and you would be. That's the weeb dream. Um, and then you would what is the weeb dream? I don't even know. Is it like you move to Japan and everyone thinks you're cool because you're a foreigner? And then you get a really subservient Japanese spouse, and then you meet your favorite anime creator, and then Yeah, I guess it depends on the type of level 3 they are, yeah. You say arigato at the convenience store and then everyone claps in your language fest. True. True. Oh my gosh. That's probably the dream, right? I don't know what it would be. A Japanese spouse that you meet at a con and they cosplay. Um they speak perfect English and they cosplay your favorite anime character. And then they like yeah, yeah, something like that. It's going to the land of anime and think that you'd be so cool. I mean, that is the weeb dream, right? Like I understand why people think like that, right? Because like it's not like sometimes like I said, like there is a level 3 weeb of like being very romanticized about Japan, but sometimes people are romanticizing Japan just cause back home they're very unhappy. And like I think that's also like a very common thing, right? Like you're at home, like you live in your home country, you like you just like you don't have a good life or like you don't have a lot of friends or whatever, and you're like, oh, like once I move to Japan, like everything will be different, right? And then so you like kind of romanticize Japan in that way. I think that's quite common as well. And then you like move there, and then it's like, oh, like living in Japan is still just living your life, right? It's not any different. I mean, it is different, but like it's not gonna be like anything like more like it's very existential, but it's not any more meaningful just because you're in Japan, right? Um, they're kind of just doing that on purpose now. The double R arigato. Is it a Spanish spelling? Uh, One day Miju's gonna marry Weeb and not even know, and then she finds a Miku shrine tucked away in the closet. Oh my god. I'd be signing the divorce paper. That's crazy. That not a Miku shrine. That's level 3 behavior. Oh my god. The double R means you need to roll it. Oh no. I'll get there. I'll get there, I promise. Um yeah, it's probably something like that, right? The weeb dream. Yeah, cause like sometimes it's not that common, but like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, like you're Japanese. Like, why wouldn't you be living in Japan? Like, it would be so much better." And I'm like, that's not necessarily true. Like, every country has their own problems, and um, I've I've weighed the pros and cons, and I very much want to stay in Canada. Y'all are like weeb witch hunter. That's us. Like K-pop demon hunters, but weeb witch hunters. That's me. Um, you see the Korean and Miju banding together to take down Weeb. Would you guys watch that buddy cop show? um, it would be pretty good. It'd be pretty good. You could be a double eight. You could be an undercover spy, Ricky. That could be you. And then you go undercover at the convention. That'd be. That's not bad. That's not bad. Do you think they'll make a Japanese? Do you think they'll make a Japanese equivalent of K-pop Demon Hunters? Like an anime version? Um, Miju baits weeb trap at the Japanese train stations by dropping a Miku plushie and watching to see what fakes it out. It's like a mouse shop but for weebs. That could work. That could work. Could be like Dexter, where he commits the crimes and then solves the. Oh no! Are you comparing Ricky to Dexter? That is not good. A weeb cannot be a weeb hunter. It goes against their program. You have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. It's like those traps that use a box with a stick with a string attached. Oh, that could work. That could work. They would never see it coming. I'll see. I'll see. But yeah, for me, I'm immediately suspicious. Um, for me, I'm immediately suspicious if their first question to me is, "Are you Japanese?" Unless they're just like, they saw my last name and they're like, "Oh, are you Japanese?" That's a Japanese last name. Unless also they could be Japanese themselves. That's also a possibility. You want to know the song? Instead of the power song, I see. Weep, sizzle, and burn if you hit them with a check and with any kind of reality. Maybe. I'll just go, anime isn't real. You can never take down my own people as taboo in the weeb community. You gotta stick together. But maybe if you use your weeb powers for good, you might get the weeb pass. Dig a hole in the ground, cover it with sticks, and put a tube body pillow on top of it. That would work. That would work so well. Honestly, I could do that. A weeb hunter is like an undercover cop. Hello, fellow weebs. I got any Hatsune figurines. Was looking to buy one with boobs on it. That is, they would be lining up. They'd be like, oh my gosh, I have so many. Does it mean you require us to sacrifice ourselves and save our life to gain the weeb pass? No, you could also dedicate your whole life to stopping other weebs. Then you would get a weeb pass. They'd be immediately fooled too. They would. I mean, maybe I should send his dad in. He sounds so convincing. And then they immediately start questioning him. They're like, oh, like, what, like, oh, do you want like, Hatsune Miku bikini bottom? Sorry, that's not it. You know, they probably have names of the figurines, right? They're like, oh, do you want this one? And he's like, If that is a weave, apparently he sounds so convincing. But yeah, it's could be. And welcome in, Kalani. How are you? Thanks for the 44 months. I appreciate it. You know, Japan is having a town dying off due to the lack of families. Not this conversation, man. I am. That is a whole can of worms, bro. Let's just chill on these conversations. I see where this is going, and not a huge fan. Ty got me laughing to the point of tears over here. We're can I have a request? Can you say this out loud on your stream today? we need a clip. We need to clip this. Ernie and I can keep it forever. He's been to Super Potato. He has many times. I think he has like a frequent membership there, you know? Frequent customer. Konnichiwa, my fellow weaves. What is my favorite anime? You like the one with Nezuko Demon Slasher? What is that? That's not a real thing, right? Ready for your first L today? Nah, the 49ers are gonna win. Come on. They go, OMG, Nezuko-chan. Oh no. That's like immediate level 3 behavior. If someone sometimes people will come in and be like, hello, Miju-chan. I'm like, no, do not. Firstly, that is so impolite. Okay? If you're gonna come into my stream, say Miju-san. Like, come on. But yes, sometimes people do that. Or senpai's worse. That doesn't make any sense. Or like Miju senpai, Miju sama. Like those senpai and sama are weeb indicators, okay? Because like there's a very specific time where you say that, and it's not now. And sama is like pretty much never. Miju speaking facts, gonna be in and out because of football, no worries. Miju repping Pacific Northwest, but rooting for the Winers. I'm sorry, I already pledged my loyalty in advance. So Miju-san is okay? I mean, it's not preferred, but I mean, it's preferred over Miju-chan. You know? Because like, Chan is only okay, like, if we know each other well, and I'm significantly younger. Like, 5 years younger at least, you know? Like if if Ricky comes in saying Miju-chan, like that is strange, you know? Like you gotta do like if Ricky was talking to me in Japanese, he would just say call me by my name because we're close enough in age. So I could use yeah, you could use Chan, yeah, that would be okay. Not that I would, but you could if you were learning Japanese and you wanted to call me something, it would be Chan. You gotta be 32. Hey, I'm only 26, Ricky. What do you mean? You mean 31? Um, but yeah, you are not, so you don't get the privileges there. But yeah, it's a very specific thing, you know. And then sometimes people come in. I remember one time. So there's a Japanese word for like older sister, and it's one-san, okay? And like you only like it's not like in Korean where like people say like oppa or whatever to like people who are not their family. But in Japan it's like you only really use that for your family. So it's like very strange to say outside of that. And then someone came in and they were like they typed it like this. They typed it like this, like this. So then I was like, are you saying like one son, like the number one son? And I was like, did not know what they meant. And then like a few, and then like I remember Sana was there and she typed like two son. Because I thought that's like, we both thought that's what they're saying. And then I realized like hours later that they meant one-san. And I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. That's such a weird thing. That's a weird thing to call me. Um, Not for long. Hey, I still have like over 3 months. Come on. Don't count the days. Um, but yeah, it's not a lot of Japanese words do not translate over in when you type it in English. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, sometimes people do that. Or sometimes people the worst thing is like when people come in and they send like like obviously it's like um it don't- like what am I trying to say? Sometimes it's like our chat is like English only, right? Like we don't want people typing in other languages, um but sometimes people will come in with their first message and it's like it's when it's very clearly Google translated, I'm like, come on man. Like if I respond in Japanese, you're not gonna know what I'm saying. You clearly do not speak Japanese. Like why? Why? That's like the most weeb behavior, right? Like just saying just like gibberish basically in Japanese. Um that's how my friend spells it when it's Nisa. Honestly, for me reading that, I read that as Nisa. You know? Like one-san, but Nis. I actually some people might say that. Um, Nissan is a name I use for your cat, not past tense. Yeah, okay. Wait, is your cat like a Nissan? Um, One of these days when I finally get a dog, I'm gonna name him Soichiro Honda. Who is that? So I call him Ichi for short. That's such a weeb name. That's such a weeb name for your dog. Um, I don't know how it started. Yeah, when my Nissan. Honestly, though, pets have so many random nicknames. It's like, where do they even come from? Built like a Nissan. What does that mean? He's the guy who started Honda. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, Honda. But Honda's a fairly common last name. Giving your pet a Japanese name is level 3 behavior. Yes, and giving your child a Japanese, that might be level 4. That might actually be level. Giving your child a Japanese name when you are not Japanese is might be level 4 cultural branch behavior. You know? Like your like super white kid is like named like Yasuo. Or like what's that guy's name? Sasuke. Sasuke Smith, exactly. That'd be terrible. I bet there's a child out there called Sasuke Smith. Um, he's gonna be a Shiba. That doesn't mean he has to have a Japanese name. Honestly, you can name your pets whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. Naming your son Goku. There's definitely children out there named Goku. Come on. I think it was Nisa, and I would say it with the ni. Oh, Nissa. And I was like, with the knee sounds, adding like an N just naturally happen. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because if you're saying like Nissa or like Nisa, like that. Forcing your kid to culturally appropriate Japanese culture for real, yeah. It's like it. I don't know. Like I don't know how to describe exactly why it's wrong, but it's just wrong, right? Like I feel like we all get it, but like I guess it's wrong because like culturally appropriating, but I don't know. It just I don't know how to describe exactly why it is, you know? If someone was like if someone was trying to name their kid Sasuke and I was like and they were like why is it bad? Then I'd be like why is it bad? It's just weird, man. Like it's just a weird name. Like I don't know. I guess it's yeah, I guess it's like very noticeably cultural. Yeah, I guess yeah. There's Japanese people with English names as well. So it's like I feel like it's different. I feel like it's different. But I'd have a hard time I'd have a hard time explaining. I'd need to have someone else explain it and then see if I agree with that. Cloud Rick. I mean, yeah, Cloud would be fine. Um, there, yeah. I mean, there's some English names that are popular in Japan. Like some people are named like technically like John or George or something like that. Or Erica is a common Japanese name as well. They don't know that every Westerner that meets a kid will try pronouncing the U in Sasuke. I mean that's a thing as well. Like whenever I think of like if I were to have a kid, like what would I name them? That's like a bilingual name. I very much consider how much would white people butcher the name. Because like surely someone's gonna be like Sasuke, Sasuke. Like they're not going to figure that out. So I do not want a name that's gonna be butchered. And then it's also the other way around as well. Like, will my Japanese family members be able to pronounce it? Like there's some names that are off the table. Like for example, like any name with the R and L together, like Carl, like something like that. Like that, you could not. Japanese people will not be able to say it. And not only that, my mom will not be able to say it. So like that's a big consideration as well. Um, Yoshimitsu Johnson. I mean, there might be someone called that though, because if they have like if they're like half Japanese, that might be common. But if they're just like fully white, then I don't know what to say to them. Um, I guess it's the same way as I guess it's the same way that cultural appropriation is wrong in that like you're just taking a name because you're just taking a name from another culture because it sounds cool, right? Like you're like, oh, this name sounds cool without any connection to the culture or any like yeah, without really understanding the culture or really being a part of the culture. You're just taking something and using it basically as something that you just think is cool or it might be different or something like that. While someone with that name who is actually Asian may experience like discrimination or like some very like various forms of like you know um, racism around their name, right? But like the white person would never experience that. Although they will experience like just being bullied for having like a weird name. um, there's some names that kind of fit in both languages, like Maya. Ken is common in Japan. Yeah, that's true. I mean, at that point, it's basically a Japanese name as well. Isn't the TH also tricky in Japan? I mean, I guess so, but like a lot of times, TH is like like it's kind of like the. I mean, it's kind of similar to Z. I mean, it depends on the name. Like, I think, what's a name that starts with TH? Oh, like Thatcher? Um, they would say like Satcha, It's like not that far off. But the RL is like not it wouldn't work at all. Thanos. Yeah, name your kid that's a whole other issue. Um, naming your son boy, just like Kratos. And welcome in travel. You saw a streamer being egged. Oh, that's awful. Theodore. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, there's actually a lot of names. Thomas. I mean, Thomas is not like the Thomas, you know. But yeah, welcome in red. Hope you're doing well. Most Germanic languages got rid of the th sounds. I think only like English and Icelandic still has it. Yeah, I guess you could just replace it with something else though. You know, like it would just be like in Japanese, like Thanos would be like Tanosu, Sanosu. I actually have no idea how they translated that. Um, this is my child Thanos. Don't let him snap. I feel like he'll get that a lot. No, like if you named your kid Thanos at the playground, all the kids are gonna be like, oh, like did you get the Infinity Stones or whatever? You know, like. Although it could just be like a cool name. I don't know. Maybe it could go either way. I think it depends on the kid. Like, will they own the name and like just like roll with it, or will it haunt them? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would a Japanese person struggle with the surname? Postils. Wait, I'm a Japanese person and I'm struggling 10 out of 10. So I guess 10. I want a Star Wars theme wedding, and if I have a son, definitely. And okay, that's such a you can't call us larpers and then say you're gonna have a Star Wars wedding and name your son Anakin. Um, that's a big thing to think about with names. Will the kid be made fun of? I know. Like so many people do not think about that, right? Like I've seen. You guys know I'm a big redditor, and there's so many ones that are like, oh, like am I the a-hole for like telling my friend her baby name is terrible? Everyone's like, you have to share the name. And they're like, the name is like bookshelf. And you're like, okay, like you cannot name your kid that. Some parents are just like, they want it. Like some kids, they don't consider that the child will have to live with the name. You know, they're like, oh, I'm gonna have a baby and it's gonna be called this and it's gonna be so cool. But then you don't even think about like the kid as a person having to live with the name as an adult. Being mindful of the initials. I feel like that doesn't come up much though. As long as it's not like very offensive, you know. It's probably fine. Star Wars isn't LARPy. It is so LARPy. Star Wars is LARPy for sure. If you name a kid Thanos, it will end up with a giant square chin with like the lines on it. You know, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Um, if anything, it's weeby. Star Wars is weeby. I think it's LARPy. It's very fantasy coded, no? Um, maybe I'm a bad nerd for this, but your children are going to have normal names. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You're not gonna name your kid Lazel. You name your kid that gets known as BS. Honestly, I don't really think it's a big deal. It doesn't really come up though. Like I had a classmate who had the initials BS as well, and I remember her telling me what it meant. Because I was like, we were like kids, like we didn't know. But like, yeah, I don't think initials really come up that often. Don't turn your kid's name into a spelling bee. Oh no. Unique spellings are annoying but not cool. Oh yeah, the charity. Yeah, that was a good one. That's an awful name. How is that? Was it an adult, by the way? Like, if that was me, I would be changing that name as soon as I'm 18. Her name is Erica. Oh no. I feel like my name is sometimes annoying too, because like people spell it various ways. Sometimes people will spell it M-I-A. Sometimes some people will spell it M-A-Y-A, M-A-I-A, but it's really not that bad. Weird spelling is not optimal. They're gonna have to spell it out every time at the time. And yeah, it's so annoying, right? Like, and that like honestly, charity is like stupid. It just looks stupid. It sounds stupid. Like, come on. Um, it was someone calling into your job. Yes, as an adult. Then they didn't change their name. Interesting. People bought yours all the time. Yeah, it's just like, I guess it's fine. Like, it's not really, there's not much you can do, but I guess it would never happen if your name was like David. You know, like I feel like it would never happen. Or like John. Um, and welcome in Peel. When your coworker got married, her initials became S. It was pretty rad. Honestly, at that point, you just gotta roll with. I think that's a fun time. Cause like when do you ever write all three of your initials? I cannot remember the last time I did that. Like once in a while, you'll have like a document, like a legal document where you have to sign your initials somewhere. But like other than that, like when does it really come up? And like would I really care if my initials were unless it was like really bad. Like unless it was like something super offensive or super gross, like which is not that many things. Imagine someone spelling Ernie and missing one of the 13 E's. Oh yeah, imagine. You got real used to spelling it off the bat. Ernie is not my full first name. Her full first name is Ernie with the 14 E's. But yeah, it's I always just I don't spell my first name, I spell my last name. Cause like Japanese name. Your friend got the ick for a guy because his surname was Driver and she wanted to be called Lori Driver. But like you could just not change your last name. Does she know that? Like you just don't like it's pretty common these days for women to not change their last names, you know? Um do they only spell Ernie with 14 E's? How dare they? Um what's my middle name? I can tell you privately, but I don't think I should share it publicly. Um I don't know. I feel like that's a I don't know. I don't know what people can do with their middle name, but probably something. Um is it Ernestine minus some E's? Yes, yes. The Conan spelled it right actually. Of course he did. He's the best at spelling out of all of us. And welcome in Big. How are you? Minus some E's, perfect. Her middle name is against you. What if my middle name was something really what would be like the name that would be like the funniest? I feel like what if my middle name was like Miku? Or like what if my middle name was actually like Hatsune Miku, you know? That's fair. It's probably some Western name like Miju, Emily, Miyamoto. Mmm. It is a Western name. Taking out the first ear is top ear. That is some Ernie and Kavar's humor right there. The Konya knows his audience. You knew it? Yeah, apparently. I think my mom said she was thinking about swapping my first and middle names. But she eventually decided on Maya as the first name. But she actually has a friend named Maya, and she said that she called her and asked for her permission, and her friend was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." Your middle name is Hello White. Yeah, it usually just happens like that. A Western name? No, not wavy enough for you. It could have been. Maybe my middle name is John. Do y'all have middle names? I do. You have two middle names post marriage. You added a middle name with the name change. Did like your maiden name? Possibly? Or did you just add a random one? Because I know Kobayashi just added one. Michu John Games. Amazing. Have I seen your middle name? Mine? I mean, I wouldn't have like given it to the hotel. But have you seen my? You probably have not seen my passport. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe not. It's on my email though. No, I probably wouldn't have been. I probably wouldn't have given it to the hotel. It doesn't make any sense. Um, your mom's maiden name. You dropped your maiden name so fast. Honestly, yeah, I've considered like changing my last name to my mom's maiden name because like a lot of my family has that name, like especially in Japan, and my Japanese passport actually has my mom's maiden name on it because Japan has some like weird system. Like Japan has a weird system where um there's like a family tree of sorts. It's very strange. It's like you have like a an address, but it's like it goes back from like your parents, like your dad, because patriarchy. It goes back to your dad. Um, so yeah, so I have to be associated with my mom's family in Japan. So yeah, so it's like a whole thing. But changing names is a lot of work. So I have not actually done that. Your middle name is Hello White too. I don't think it's a shock. I think it'd be shock if it wasn't. It is a lot of work. Yeah, yeah. I recently, even just like, I changed banks recently, and like that was a lot of work. I was like, so many things are coming into my bank. Like, I need to change all that. And I can't imagine changing a name, even changing addresses is a lot of work. I still find places I haven't changed it. Yeah, yeah. Um, that would be sick if Jack's middle name was Javin. Maybe his middle name is Sasuke. You have no idea. You have a middle name, you have two first names. That must be not confusing at all. That must be not confusing at all on when you're like traveling and stuff. Isn't that a middle name? Two first names? What's a middle name? Who knows, Ricky? A middle name is like a name in between your first name and last name. It's just there. Um, is your other first name Gunnar? What is that? Oh, I actually know. I've seen it. I've actually seen everyone. Yeah, it's Christian. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to share it. um, I've actually seen everyone's names because I had to check into the hotel, and I keep forgetting everyone's names. And I really believed that Gwen's full name was Gwyneth, and she was like, "It's not. My name is not Gwyneth. I just write that." And I was like, "Well, I was like, why is your name Gwyneth on a stats Discord if your name is not Gwyneth?" But yeah, that probably comes up a lot too. Like if you have a name that's like can be short for something, but it's not, you know, then people might be confused. Like your name, like if your name is just Tim and not Timothy. um, your mom confirmed Gwen. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, Gleneth. Yeah, Gleneth. Um, your name is actually not Ricky. No way. No way. Um, Jack's full name isn't Jacqueline. Could be Jacques, as you say. Could just be translated to English, just for the sake of all of us. Could be. Jack o' Lantern. Wow, that would be a name, huh? They're like, oh, what, you're like, actually, Jack is not my full name. And they're like, oh, what is it? Like, Jackson? And you're like, no, Jack o' Lantern. That'd be terrible. That sounds like you'd be from like Nightmare Before Christmas. Your middle name isn't a name, just a letter. Oh, oh, that could be a thing too. Like, what if your name is like John S. Smith, and then everyone's like, "Oh, what does the S stand for?" And you're like, "Nothing. My middle name is just S." Like, what would be the point of that? That your grandpa has that? I feel like that would come up a lot. No, like you would write it down, and then people would be like, can you like, can you like write your full name?" You're like, "No, that is a full name." That'd be way too confusing. Jack, septic guy. Oh my gosh, that's such a throwback. I was such a. I mean, I still am, but I'm a huge Jacksepticeye fan. That's how I got into gaming. So he has a lot of fond memories for me. Although his name is not Jack either. Um, not either. I like his name is not Jack, which is very confusing. Because his name is Sean, but apparently Sean is Irish for John, and a nickname for John is Jack. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I don't think a nickname for John is Jack. Like, that's not even similar at all, right? It's like when people are William but Bill for short. You know, it's like, where'd you get the B from? Like, why are they called Bill? Why not just Will? That doesn't make any sense. Um, That's Homer. He never knew his middle name, but was referred to as Homer J. Simpson. And later found out his middle name was J. Oh. Your grandpa's two letters, L-E, Curtis. L is his first name, but we call him Lee. Oh. So his middle name is just E? Wait, his first name is also just one letter? That's kind of cool. Um, Harry Truman famously went by Harry S. Truman, but the S isn't stood for anything. I mean, well, it's your name. You do whatever you want, you know? Um, your physics teacher called you John? That doesn't make any sense, right? Like, those are just separate names. You never got the Richard thing? Yeah, the Richard. Let's not even get started with the Richard thing. Come on. Who came up with that? You have a friend called Rosario, and the common nickname for her name is Charita. Oh, that sounds nothing alike too. Um, it's biblical. I see. But yeah, it's there's some interesting names and nicknames out there for sure. But yeah, it's yeah, who knows? Who knows? Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Everyone enjoy Bartholomew. That is definitely big biblical. Okay, BRB. I'll be right back and enjoy the Malomart. Yeah, okay, I'm back. I feel like I'm not in the middle as well. Did I move over? I guess so. You guys just see some college players' name. There's a guy legally named General Booty. Like first name General, second name Booty. That's a name for sure. I guess it would be very memorable. Um, yeah, it's I don't have any nicknames. Luckily my name is pretty short, so it doesn't really come up. Um, so that's I guess that's a good thing sometimes. Cause I guess if you had like a nickname you didn't like, then I guess that's a whole other thing, you know? So I never had anything. Ma. Yeah, yeah. Someone just called me Ma. Or just yeah. There's a guy named The Coldest? What? Who's naming these children? Or do they name themselves? Like, do they change their name when they get older, or do you think their parents named them that? That's that's crazy. If your name was like Cold, though, that's kind of cool, you know? I could get behind that. I think some unique names could work, you know? Like there could be some cool ones. But it could be really hit or miss. You gotta really like you gotta make sure it's cool. In Wakamin Star, I guess Star calls me M. That is a short form for sure. And sometimes, I mean, I guess Yokomoto famously calls me Meej. I guess it's a nickname for Miju though, which is not which is already a nickname in and of itself. Like General Booty's dad was in the army and he thought it was funny. That one is like really weird though. Like I feel like you shouldn't name your kid as like a meme, you know? Like you shouldn't like name your kid for the meme. Like that's a person and that's like their life, right? It's so strange. That's crazy that this guy, yeah, that's a crazy name. Like I said, I think a lot of people like when they name their kid, it's like a baby, right? It's like, and you don't even consider that like that baby will like grow up and like have to like apply for jobs and like I guess in that situation he probably doesn't need to worry about that, but like in most situations like they will, right? They're gonna have to make friends and introduce themselves as General Booty. Like, come on. Parents should have to get approval for naming their children. I think some places do. I think Draconian was saying that. Um, Not the kid named Skibbity Toilet. There's how much do you want to bet that there's a kid out there named Skibbity Toilet? First name Skibbity, middle name Toilet, possibly. Or what would be some other like really stupid name? There's probably so much you could do. Yeah, it's definitely make sure if you guys have any children, make sure you name them something not super strange and don't name them something super weeby, okay? Um, you think there's an IRL Miju out there? I think so. I think so. There's a K-pop idol named Miju, like Mijoo, which I guess it could be like I don't think anyone spells it like how I spelled it, but I'm sure there's people named Miju. Riz Jones. There's definitely someone called Riz out there. Me and naming my kids Hawaiian names, like a girl would be Kailani, Water Princess in Hawaii. That's so pretty. What would a boy be? So you're one Y away from Water Princess? That could be you. We can start calling Kalani Princess. Give your kid a nice strong Spanish name like Ricardo. You'll be naming it after multiple people here. There's a new K-pop idol named Martin. It's a pretty normal name. I'm glad that they've kind of moved past those like really strange stage names like Rap Monster and S Coops. Like I don't think they do that much anymore, right? I'm glad they moved past that. It's so weird. Kind of trying to get people to name their kid after him. I'm just saying, guys. Maya is also a great name. My kid's gonna be named Gudetama. Beautiful, beautiful. But like, white people are gonna butcher that. They're gonna be like Gudetama. You know, like they're not gonna be able to figure it out. Gudetama. Like it's gonna be butchered. Your name means Heavenly Chief. I think Water Princess is cooler. And welcome in Spot. Thanks for the 15th stream streak. That's a long streak. Tiotsukano here. True. Booty Chama. Oh no, we're gonna stick with the booty names. Good Tama. True. You like the weird stage names? I'm not a fan. I think sometimes it can be fun, but sometimes they're like really cringe. You got two cousins with that name. You had to call them 1 and 2 to tell them apart. Really? Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, it's I have some similar names in my family, but I don't think I have any same names in my family, which is good. Well, I guess I do. I think my grandpa and my cousin, my grandma on one side of the family and my cousin on the other side of the family had the same name, but it's not that it doesn't come up that much because like once someone becomes a grandma, they're just called grandma, right? Like no one calls them by their name. Yeah, it's there's a lot of good normal names out there. You don't need to resort to strange booty names or weeb names, anything like that. You have the same name as your great grandfather. Oh, okay. You were named after your great grandma. Oh, okay. I wasn't named after anyone. Um, I saw actually I saw a Reddit post recently that said my wife wants to name our child after her dead dog. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, what naming? I don't really believe in naming someone after someone who died very recently. You know, like, cause like I feel like they have to live in the shadows. You know, of that person who died. Like, especially if it's really recent. Like, if it's like, oh, my best friend died like last month. I'm gonna name my child that. Like it's like a nice thing to like memorize for their memory, but for the person who's like the child is being born is like their own person. They have to like have that name. It's like don't know. Maybe as like a middle name, it might be fine. I don't know. Boy might be Keone, which is like John in Hawaiian. Those are both very pretty. A lot of K names. um, if Ernie and I have a son, we're gonna name him nickname and call him Nick for short. And then when anyone asks if it's short for Nicholas, you'll have to say no. I don't think does Ernie stand behind this or my white friend used to call his mom Cindy. Sometimes I call like my aunt and uncle. Sometimes I call them that. Sometimes I call family members by their government just for fun, like as a joke, but not. It's not that common. And welcome in MJ. Hope you're doing well today. Dog, instant veto. Yeah, I think dog, a dead dog is like, and it also depends on the name, right? Like, what if their dog's name was like Scratch? Like, sorry, Scratch is not dead. Sorry about Scratch. What if your dog's name was like I don't know. Like, what you can name your dog all sorts of stupid things. What if your dog's name was like Bacon? Like, are you gonna name your kid that? It really depends on the name too. But either way, like, um, either way, like, I think naming your kid after a dead dog is kind of strange. Like, why? Just get a new dog and name it that. K and L names are popular. Checks out. Checks out. Um, naming a kid for a bit is not allowed. I agree. Um, if Scratch is dead, you're like, yeah, sorry, not Scratch, not Scratch. You're naming your kid after Max Dennison from Hocus Pocus. Ooh. I mean, Max is a totally normal name. Just don't name your kid Hocus Pocus. um, your kids get the Kim Hawaiian names like Maleko, Kaleo, and your nephew is Kainoa. Ooh, yeah, Kainoa does sound cool. Um, you guys have some cool names. Um, your senpai's name is Kaleo. Ooh, okay, okay. Is it Kaleo or Kaleo? Could be either one. He's Japanese but grew up in the 80. You guys keep saying area codes. It's 808 Hawaii? Or is it Vegas? Or it could also be San Jose? I don't even know. It's a Hawaii. It always on like a website error. I don't think it is. Um, there's why do you guys know all the area codes? I don't even know the area code of like Alberta or like Ontario. Um, Kovaris is officially not allowed to name her children. Yeah, I think Ernie should be in charge of the naming. um, considering how Kovaris named himself, I think we should stick with Ernie's names. Um, I live or been there is why, but why does Chicago know? But Vegas and Hawaii are often referred to by their area code. Really? I mean, sometimes they use like zip code, right? Like there's that show 90210, and that's like the zip code. Like who? Why? Like it's so weird, right? Kavar's names their kid Lokhtar. Wow, reference. There's probably so many names. There's probably so many names that are um, like people name their kids like really larpy names, right? Like there's probably people out there named like I don't know any LARPy names, but like they're like a WoW character, like a D&D character or something like that, right? Your name is cool, but you made your middle name Danger, and like going by that vibe, I feel like you should not be allowed to name your child. Um, Now I have to add wow names. Honestly, maybe just add like all media names to the list. You know, I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are named after like characters. So like I think that's not that strange, but it depends on the character. Oh, okay. Also, I read um I read a Reddit thread where someone named their kids after the characters from Supernatural, like Sam and Dean. Or like it was like two characters, and they like ship them. Like the parent was like a huge fan of Supernatural, and they shipped these two characters like really intensely. Wrote like fan fictions, had like fan art of like shipping these characters, and they named their children after that. Like, isn't that super weird? Like, I understand like they just like the name, and they're not like shipping their children, but like, really? That's so weird, right? That's a big yeah, yeah, it's so weird. And like I feel like naming your children after a couple is like super strange, right? Like would you name your kids like what's a famous couple? Bonnie and Clyde. No, like not Bonnie and Clyde. But like, you know, like naming your kid after like a couple is like super strange. Um so I think that's there's so many people have like I hope these stories are fake, but like I feel like they could be real, you know? Like I feel like I could see that happening, you know? If someone named their kid General Booty, then like then I could see someone naming their kid after like some strange like it depends on the kid. Like imagine naming your kid like I don't know, like especially like you don't want to name your kid after like a bad character as well, right? Like a really evil character, right? Like what if you name your kid like um I don't know. What's a really evil like what if I guess Dexter is like a normal name, but like you know something like that. Um and walk him in Augustus? The 1 mil like Goku. What? What are you talking about? Um no to fairy running around. That sounds like a LARPing name, honestly. Thanos. Okay, I mean, but Thanos, I could see it. Like, it's not like the worst. Obviously, I think it's a bit too well known to be like, it's a bit too well known to be, uh, to just like fly under the radar, you know. Um, yeah, I think if you named your if you named your kid after like a really messed up character, like at least Thanos is like palatable. I think even though like obviously he did like mass genocide. But yeah, like would you name your kid like Dahmer? Sorry, that's probably too far. But like you know what I mean, right? Like you can name your kid after someone else, but like make sure that someone else is like okay to name them after. Um, is Thanos better or worse than Thanatos, Greek god of death? I think Thanatos could be cool, but like maybe not. I don't know. I think maybe like a mythical name could be cool, but it might be kind of weird. It sounds like a bit too edgy. I don't know. Um, some political mess name. Yeah, that's also not a great one. Um, my homie named his kid Jason Jiraiya Robson. Jiraiya's a Naruto character. I mean, if it's the middle name, it's probably fine. Like the middle name is not a big deal, but like, yeah, I guess Jiraiya sounds like it could be. It's not like it's not like he named his kid Naruto, right? um, OG guy asked for 1 million to name his son Goku. I don't know what OG guy is, but that's cool. I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is. Um, why? Wait, oh, someone if someone paid him $1 million, he would name his son Goku. I see. I see. Um, and they're just messing around. Yeah, there's a lot of names I don't think would work. One of the players on the Norwegian national football team is named Thelonious Asgard. That's kind of a cool name. It's kind of a cool name. That could work. Old generation. I still don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I feel like if I knew who it is, I would have heard of this story. If I ever meet someone named Goku, I'm calling them Kakarot. Kakarot. I'm sorry. I've never watched. What is Goku from? Dragon Ball, right? I've never watched Dragon Ball. So I cannot confirm or deny. I'm dumb because I don't know this random YouTuber or streamer or whatever. That's cool, man. You're missing out. Okay, fine. I'm sure I'm missing out so much by not watching Dragon Ball. I just never watched it growing up. I was more, you guys know, I was more of a Doraemon watcher. I was more of a Conan watcher. If you haven't watched those, I think you're missing out. Yeah, it's yeah, you already said that, bro. I heard you the first time. I just don't know who that is. I thought you were a Sailor Moon enjoyer. Yeah, I like Sailor Moon as well. I mean, I've told you guys, like I used to play Sailor Moon with my friends, and we would fight over who's Sailor Mercury, and I don't know why. Like Sailor Mercury's not even like the most popular one. Like I guess she's cool. Like I guess we do like Sailor Mercury around here, but it's you know, it's she's a blue one. She's a blue one. The green one is, I don't even know. I can't remember. So Jupiter's the green one. Yeah, because Mars is the red one. Venus is the yellow one. Sailor Moon is also kind of the yellow one. Conan still hasn't ended. I mean, yeah, I don't think Doraemon has ended, but I think the Doraemon. Oh no, I think Doraemon's still the same guy. There's a different show where they like replace the voice actor after many years. But yeah, these shows just go on forever. So it's been like 30 years and it still hasn't ended. I mean, it's like a kid's show. It's like in the same way that like, surely like, SpongeBob hasn't ended. It's kind of like that, right? I actually don't know if SpongeBob has ended. And welcomed Wentwood. You saw Pretty Soldier, Sailor Moon, Sailor. That's a really convoluted title. I don't know what that is. SpongeBob hasn't ended. Yeah, see, like those kids just going forever. Like, what are you gonna do? Apparently, they're reviving. Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb was a great one. Taylor Jupiter is the best one for sure. Are you just saying? I feel like you're just saying that to agree with Kalani. But yeah, it's I think I did watch Sailor Moon back in the day, but I just don't really remember. It's like I wasn't like super into it, I think, or maybe I was a bit young. I'd never seen Sailor Moon. Well, time to start. Let's all do a Sailor Moon group cosplay. Didn't they also bring back Fairly Odd Parents? Did they? That was a good one as well. That's such a good show. Jupiter and Kagome from Inuyasha OG Wifes. Okay. There's a lot of complaints about Sailor Starlights because in the human form they're boys. Oh, I see. So it's like a boy version of Sailor Moon, and then the degenerates are complaining that there's no waifus. That sounds like Genshin players. You should bring back Gravity Falls. I feel like Gravity Falls works because it was like a limited show, right? Because like I don't think you can continue it. Like it's like, isn't it metaphorical? Like they only had the summer and it ended, right? To spare you from seeing me in a skirt, I call dibs on being tuxedo mask. No, rock the skirt, man. When they become scouts, they're girls. Oh, so they switch genders? That's very progressive. Drake and Josh was peak. I never watched Drake and Josh. I was more of a I think I think I was too young. I was iCarly. Both the original mangaka for Doraemon passed away, so we aren't getting that ending. I mean, there's no need for an ending for Doraemon. I feel like it can just go on. But yeah, Doraemon is a classic. It's still a great show. Um, Doraemon rules. It does. It does. They had a fit because when in Sailor Scout form, they're girls. I see. I see. I mean, that sounds like people would be mad in various ways. You need a huge red Doraemon plush. I would love that. I would love that. Give the egg yolk a friend. Doraemon would be so cute. But these days, you guys know I'm really into cinema roll. I want a big cinema roll. But I need to find the right one, you know? You love both Drake and Josh and iCarly until I hold about Dan Shiner's antics. I know. I mean, like, obviously he's gross, but like, the shows are still good. That's the thing, right? Like the shows still are. I mean, sometimes you're watching it and you're like, that's a bit weird. That seems like a weird Dan Schneider thing when you're watching it, right? But like in general, I think the shows were well done, and they're still enjoyable to watch today. He has huge ears. Cinema roll, he does. I don't know how it would work on a giant plushie. Maybe a small one. Um, did you guys have Build-A-Bear in Canada? Something to do Sanrio Club? They do. They have Sanrio ones now, I think. The last time I saw it. But, I don't know. Cinema roll with like a full body looks really weird. You know what I mean? Because they have to be in that bear shape with like a long body, and like cinema roll with a long body looks very strange. Like that is not how like he's obviously like meant to look like this. Like he doesn't really have like like a proper body, right? So it just looks very strange. I'm not a. I'll just get a proper cinema roll. I'll just get a proper cinema roll plush. He just had an ear, basically, right? The show, the session with teenagers' feet, both on and off screen, was super sus. It was, it was. There's so much feet stuff, and like when you go back and rewatch iCarly or like Victorious or anything like that, there's so much feet content. It's like, why? Why? Like it's like like every episode, there's like a random reason to show their feet, and it's like at the time it was like, oh, so random. Like we're so quirky. Like its feet aren't feet gross and silly. But like yeah, now looking back, it's like hmm. All the shows have a dark history. I mean, yeah, I think like I mean we know this in like K-pop as well, right? Like putting teenagers or minors in the entertainment industry is very dangerous. There's even a contest asking teens to submit their own feet pics. Ew. Yeah, it's yeah. Obviously, there was a lot of messed up stuff going on behind the scenes. I feel like we don't even know a lot of it, right? Um, there's probably a lot that went down. But yeah, it's I still like the shows, but it's like obviously there's a lot of bad stuff about them. But I feel like at the same time, like the people on the show who are not Dan Schneider obviously worked hard on it. Um, and the actors still did a good job, and it's like it's still there's still it's like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to like. That's the thing. That's the same thing with K-pop, right? Like there's a lot of mistreatment of the idols, and there's a lot of like like you know like there obviously there's a lot of bad stuff going on behind the scenes in K-pop as well. But at the same time, it's like, do you really want to like just stop? Like obviously it's everyone's own personal choice, but for me, it's like, do you really want to stop supporting the idols who are active now? Because like they didn't do anything wrong, right? Like, and it's like, but then it's like where do you really fix it, right? Like it's kind of weird. It's kind of tough either way. The fans are also not helping. I mean, yeah, that too. That too. It can be the fans can also be a negative a negative influence as well. But I think like for me personally, I think it's still okay to just continue supporting the idols and like enjoying K-pop and stuff like that. But I feel like real change has to come from the companies themselves, right? Or like the government or whatever. I don't think just like being like, oh, I'm gonna stop listening to K-pop. I mean, it's totally valid to be like, I'm gonna stop listening to K-pop because I don't agree with, like, because I don't agree with how the companies are run and stuff. That's totally valid as well. But I don't think it's wrong to continue enjoying K-pop as well. As long as you're aware of it, you know, like I think being aware of it is also good for your own sake as well. Knowing like what's real and what's not. You have to stick to your weeb media. I mean, weeb media can be very questionable as well when it comes to, but usually they're animated characters, so there's not as much like, it's like less weird, but it's still like, obviously there's a lot of stuff with like, a lot of the anime characters are very young, but it kind of just depends. But obviously they're like not real people, so it's like better in that sense. I saw some behind the scenes footage where the cast was celebrating Marina Cosgrove's 18th birthday party, and Jerry Trainer was going out of his way to block Dan from hugging her. That's good of him. That's good of him. That's a big plus in Jerry Trainer's book. But yeah, it seems like everyone's like aware. I think like everyone's aware of what was happening, but like he had too much power, I guess. I haven't seen the documentary personally. I think it's kind of gross. No dark history at all, except for one arson who burned down a whole anime studio. Oh my god. I mean, I think anime has its own problems as well about like, you know, they might portray certain characters in strange ways, or there might be a lot of tropes that I think are a bit problematic, but in the end they are like, you know, there's no like real people getting hurt, right? So I think that's okay in that regard. But yeah, I mean, everything has its. I mean, it's like in Genshin as well. That's another thing. It's like in Genshin as well. Like that's a like I mean, Gacha fans are a whole different breed, actually. You ever hear the story? Some otaku fan was real upset and went and dumped gasoline, just lit it on fire. I mean, some people. There's always gonna be people like that. They're just crazy, right? Oh, sorry. I think the music stopped. You guys are gonna be very sad about the lack of K-pop. I went up to look at the blood moon, but the moon isn't visible. Oh no! If you didn't hear someone announce it, yeah. Did she say the blood moon rises once again? Like, if she didn't say that, it's not real. I mean, we've been having like accidental blood moons recently, because the smoke makes everything red. So like we have blood sun, we have blood moon, but it's not actually real. It's not because of the moon itself, it's just because of the smoke covering the moon. Maybe there was a real blood moon, I just didn't know, but I don't really bother looking at that stuff because I don't want to stay up that late, you know? All the bugs in your house just spawned again. Oh no. You gotta kill them. You gotta kill them before they respawn. You keep crashing my iPad, so I'm back on my PC. Okay, but like, I'm sorry for crashing your iPad, but like, I hate the Twitch app on iPad. Okay, if you guys have the iPad Twitch app is so weird because like you can have the stream on the full screen, right? But then you pull up the chat and then okay, imagine this is the iPad screen, okay? And then you pull up the chat and then the stream moves like to be here, right? But then there's like a bunch of black borders on the top and bottom because it's like squished to this side. And then the chat is beside it, like here, okay? And then when you pull up the keyboard to type in the chat, the stream moves even smaller, like this. And it's like it's like the iPad is like this big, right? And then the stream becomes like this big. It's like smaller than your phone. And then the chat becomes like really wide. And then you can like type on the keyboard. And I'm like, why? Just put the chat like on top. Like why did they design it like this? It makes no sense. I'm so upset about the Twitch iPad app. It's stupid. Capture and release. Don't know what that is. Kill them. Murder them. Get a bigger iPad. It doesn't fix the problem because it moves it to the side. It's not using the whole screen. How dare you accuse Twitch of shoddy work on their mobile platforms? True, the Twitch iPhone app gets worse and worse, right? Um, Remember it used to be like normal, and now it's like TikTok, you know? You haven't updated your Twitch app forever, and it's still going strong. Do you have the TikTok layout right now, where you open it and it's like not even the people you follow, it's just like random people, and then you have to like scroll like this, like this. So weird. Um, but yeah, I think that's what I found out since getting my iPad a few months ago. Sorry, like last month, is that like um iPad, like a lot of companies like do not make a proper iPad app, right? Like a lot of times they'll make like a mobile app or whatever, but like a lot of times either the iPad app they just like scale up the iPhone app so it fills the screen, or the iPad app is like really questionable. Or they just don't have one at all. It's really ridiculous. Um Angel came back, was summoned by a pun. Who else watching Meej on their smart fridge? Anyone watching on their Samsung fridge? That would be pretty cool. I don't know where else people can watch the stream. I guess you could watch it in a Tesla. Anyone watching my stream in it? Hopefully not driving, but is anyone watching the stream in their car or or on their graphing calculator, possibly on their smartwatch, anything like that, you know? I want someone to be watch. Oh, I guess you go these days. You can watch on Switch. They added Twitch on Switch few months ago. On the Google Home, you could, yeah. You don't have such fancy things. Yeah, I don't either. I listened to Yap while I drive. Almost fell asleep at the wheel. Oh no, that's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. um, you have me on my TV. That's as fancy as I get. I mean, TV is good. I'm very, very large now, right? I watch Twitch on my TV a lot now. But this delay is so strong on the TV. I mean, I'm on like I have like a Amazon TV, and it's like on the Twitch app on the TV, and it's like the delay is so bad. So maybe I should just cast it. I think casting is better. Because like I type a message to a stat, and then like 5 seconds later, it's like on the TV. It's like so slow. Maybe not even 5 seconds. Probably more closer to like 10 seconds. Miju on this heavy fatback CRT TV. Anyone watching on a CRT TV? Anyone watching on their GameCube or on their Wii? Remember Wii had an internet channel? Anyone watching on the Wii internet channel? On the DS, possibly? You like putting a stream on my TV? Just have it as a white noise. You're welcome. Switch Twitch has like 10 minutes delay. No. Casting can still have delay, but it's not as bad. That's good, that's good. I might switch to that then. You're watching on your large format commercial display I usually use to display ads by a highway. No way. Billboard yapping stream? You want a GameCube? Watching on your Commodore 64. You know I don't know what that is. Media on one monitor, football on in your Discord party on the other, and your game on the third. Damn, that's a lot of stuff on the. How do you even pay attention to what's going on? I can't even watch a stream and then like talk at the same time. You know, like that's too much. I can't have two sources of speaking at me at the same time because like you can only focus on one, right? So Ernie level do you do that too? I can't have two voices. Like I can't have like a video, like two streams open at the same. Oh, a lot of people do that, right? They have like two streams open at the same time. I cannot listen, right? Like there's no way you can listen to both streams, right? Like you just have to mute one and then listen to one and then like switch over. Multitask on a thing I can enjoy. I mean, I listen to like videos and I'll like watch Netflix while I work and stuff like that, but it depends on what I'm doing. Like if I have to write words, then I have to stop the video. I hear you while watching the games, and I'm playing Hearthstone, so it's a slow card game. Wait, so you're watching football, watching my stream, playing Hearthstone at the same time? And in a Discord call with your friends? That's crazy. Are the Niners getting a dub or a L? A dub. Is the Niners the same thing as the 49ers? Or is there like one that's just nine? I was in a voice call with your friend while watching Kovaris' stream, but then like if they both talk at the same time, isn't that like annoying? You gotta tune one out, right? Or he's got at least two media sources in a spider fight. You're playing Subway Surfer, sipping your prime. No way. Do you also have a Feastables for snacks? You have selective hearing. I guess, yeah, because you can only just listen to one, right? Niners is 49. Okay, okay, okay. Just making sure. I don't want to endorse the wrong team. It's doable, but I'm missing things I wouldn't while paying full attention, so I don't like that. Yeah, I can't like if I'm like talking to someone while listening to a stream, it's like I might accidentally not listen to them, and if I'm listening to the stream, you know what I mean? It's too hard. Angel with the Dubai chocolate. What's Dubai chocolate? Is Mr. Beast chocolate from Dubai? Is that what it is? What is Dubai chocolate? I'm not caught up with the Zoomer stuff. I think it's like pistachio chocolate. Why is it from Dubai? um, Dubai chocolate was actually good. Why is it called Dubai? Is it from Dubai? Too costly though? You guys know how I feel about Dubai. I think Dubai's gross. It doesn't look good. I mean, pistachios are good. Pistachio chocolate does sound good, but I would just get one not from Dubai. It's a meme city. Kind of, yeah. It's like a fake city. It's like a special pistachio. Special pistachio. That's kind of hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. Special pistachio threaded filling chocolate. I guess that sounds fancy, yeah. I don't eat chocolate just straight up all the time though. Um, but yeah, I do like pistachios. My family in Japan, they always ask for pistachios. We bring so many pistachios every time we go to Japan. They just love them. Say Carl, but with a Japanese accent, yo ain't Carl. Like that. They can't say it though. So it's like I'd have to fail to pronounce it, you know? My favorite ever tweet is you look like you would enjoy Dubai. Derogatory. That is an insult. That is so derogatory, you're right. If someone said that to me, I'd be so offended. But I heard they fixed, like you guys know like the tallest building in the world, they didn't have like sewage in it, right? Like it wasn't connected to the sewage system, so they had to wheel out all the poop on cars. But apparently they fixed that. So good for them. I guess. Um, just immediately that is pretty offensive, honestly. I would never go there. But yeah, it would never be on I mean, I feel like I'd be scared to go to. Like I'm sure it'll be completely fine, but like any place where like and like any place where like any place where like an LGBT person would be like would have to be like fearful of going to, like I don't really want to go there. Um there's a funny video of a Baltimore accent to say Aaron earned an iron urn. And the guy say it like Aaron earn not earn earn. Am I doing that right? I have no idea. I don't know what a Baltimore accent is. Um that Saudi Arabia is trying to become the esports mecca of the world. They recently bought Evo. I mean, yeah, but like, yeah. I mean, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of money. That's one thing they do have. But like, do you really want all the esports to be there? Not really. Not really. So it's a kind of just depends. Yes, a lot of accents. Yeah, they do. They do. I don't know specifically what a Baltimore accent is, though. A lot of gamers are not really feeling it. Yeah, especially if you have to go there all the time. And like a lot of them, like, what if you were a really good Street Fighter player and you were like trans? Like you can't go, right? Like you literally cannot go. So like yeah, that's not very that's not great, right? Like a lot of people would be scared to go or cannot go. I didn't either till yeah, I had no idea Baltimore had a specific accent. For me, it's like American accents. Either like you don't have an accent, um, either like I just think you have like a normal standard American accent, like you're from Seattle, you're from California, or like whatever. And then there's like some people have like a New York accent, or like a New Jersey accent, that kind of accent. And then obviously the Southern accent. Um, and then there's like a Midwest accent, but for me it doesn't seem that different. I guess Southern is like a stronger version. I'm sure there's like differences, but to me it seems pretty similar. Um, that's all the accents I got. I don't really know what other accents there are. You can still go, but their world fears over there are not progressive. I think it would be scary to go because like you don't know what will happen, right? You don't know what like how they'll treat you or like what you might encounter. It might be unsafe, right? So yeah, they're not progressive. So honestly, I wouldn't want to go to a place where I would like as much as I love traveling. I don't think I'd ever go to a place where I'd feel fearful of my safety. Cause it's just not worth it. Like I'm going on a vacation. I don't want to be like scared. I'm gonna get like even a place where I feel like I might get like robbed or something. Like I don't. I feel like I would not want to go there. But I think it just it depends. It depends on the place. Depends on the place. In some places, like it's not safe for women. Um, yeah, it's just it kind of just depends. Um, Hawaiian pigeon sounds majestic to outsiders, but it's normal for you. What is pigeon? You try to speak pigeon to your homeboy from Hilo, and he would just laugh. But I was trying. We need to hear that. You're scared of going to Rio. I said it before, but yeah, that's true. Yeah. Um, I'm sure that robbery did not occur at the hotel. Just be safe. Just be wary of your surroundings, and you know, I'm sure if someone tries to rob you, just give them your money. Value your life over anything else. Value your safety over anything else. Um, Hawaiian accent is called pigeon. Oh, okay, okay, it's just a Hawaiian accent. I see. Um, yeah, it's I guess there's a lot of different American accents. I can never, honestly, I'm not that good. Like, I'm not that good at, unless someone has a really terrible American accent, I'm not really that good at telling if actors have a bad one. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, like, Doctor Strange's accent is like not good. I'm like, it kind of sounds fine to me. Like, I don't hear anything wrong with it. Like, maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just like bad at hearing my own accent, but like, to me, I'm like, that sounds fine. I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes I think, sometimes I think, like British or Australian people doing an American accent are like, they're like a little too or they're going a little like southern, you know. So sometimes it sounds weird. You sound default North American to me. Yeah, that's what I think too. But once in a while, I'll get an American who's like, "Oh, you sound Canadian," and I'm like, "I don't think I sound Canadian. I think I just sound. I think for me, I personally think I sound indistinguishable from someone from Seattle. Um, that's what I think. I don't think I have any Canadian accent. Like maybe once in a while, but not even. Um, there's a thing where Hawaiian are racist to white people, but we won't get on that topic. Oh no, not the yeah. Um, but honestly, sometimes it's like there's a lot of history there, right? Maybe it's a women thing. Oh no, don't bring that up. Um, maybe it's the I think sometimes it's like I think sometimes I think sometimes if I'm speaking very loosely, I do get a little bit of the about kind of sound. Like I don't clearly say like about. I might say like about. But it doesn't get like so far into Canadian that it's like that noticeable, I think. And I don't think I say like bag. Some people say like bag, you know? Or like milk instead of, or it's like they say like milk instead of milk. And I think I say milk. A bag of milk. A bag of milk. I don't think it's a Canadian thing though. Nor not you or Stat could tell the difference. True, true. And then like we looked it up and it's like people who are uneducated might say woman for both and we're like, oh. Me and Stat just so uneducated. The Hawaiians will accept you. Maybe, maybe. It's all history facts. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's more American. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with it. About. So yeah, I think sometimes I get into like sorry, like oh sorry. If you make me say sorry about that, then it might be a little Canadian. I won't say like sorry about that, unless I'm speaking very clearly. I think if I'm streaming, I'm a bit more. I try to be very articulate and like I try to pronounce things very, and I try to enunciate very clearly when I'm streaming because it's like people need to understand what I'm saying, right? um, you say milk and you say pillow. What? Pillow. No way, pillow. Your accent gets worse the more I know. Oh, really? For me, I feel like I would have more of an accent if I wasn't paying attention. No, your Canadian friend is in your call and you said it? Really? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry. Wait, how do Americans say sorry? Sorry. Do you say like sorry? Sorry. No, it's sorry, right? Sorry about. You have to pronounce the diphthong very, very clearly. Sorry about that. Um, you guys know me, my English is perfect, yeah. He says, oh yeah, but a lot. Oh no. Just say A? Sorry. Yeah, I guess sorry is the correct, the American way of saying it. I think I would sometimes say sorry. Like sorry. I think it really depends. I think it depends on the sentence as well. Like I say sorry in a more Canadian way, so I can't clarify. I mean, yeah, I think Minnesota accent definitely seems like it has some traces of like a proper Canadian accent in it. That's what I can hear. Same as in like the Boston accent. I think it's because it's just very close regionally, right? Or, like geographically, I mean. He did it at the end randomly. He's like, oh, that was a good game, eh? I'm actually not a. I don't say A. I mean, you guys have listened to me yap for hours and hours. I do not say A. But a lot of people do here. It's not a fake thing. It people do say it. You're way up there too with us, Ernie. So we're basically Canadian. Yeah, I have a feeling it's not that noticeable. For people who live close to the border. Kovaris is now making fun of your accent. Wait, so did did Kovaris grow up somewhere different, or do people just have? Because like people can have varied accents even living in the same place, right? Or growing up in the same place. And I've talked about this before on stream, but apparently, um, if you grow up in like a household where your parents are immigrants, then you're less likely to have a strong regional accent because um, obviously at home you're not exposed. Like my mom doesn't have a Canadian accent. Even if we lived in like Texas, my mom obviously would not have a Texas accent, so you wouldn't be exposed to that at home. So you wouldn't have a strong of accent. And your accent, you might be surrounded by more like immigrants or foreigners, so your accent would be more like very neutralized by like various accents around you. Um, like you told him you did 70 hours this week at work, and he responded, "Stacking that bread, eh?" Nice. Your mom is a little French Canadian in her. Ooh. His accent is just less intense. I see. I see. He's East Side Ottawa. Yeah, I think East Coast is stronger. And I think the more rural you are, the stronger your accent. Because like the big cities in Canada are very, very multicultural. So it's not like it's not it wouldn't be as you wouldn't have a very strong accent. Because again, you'd be surrounded by people from all sorts, like everywhere. Your family is more from up north, whereas his settled from around cities, we determine it's likely why my accent is more intense. Yeah, yeah. I guess that's literally what I was just saying. Like, if you're from the city, there's probably more people from other places, not even just different countries, but from other parts of the country. So you'd have like less concentration of that regional accent. Well, if you live somewhere more rural, odds are the people who live there have grown up there and have lived there for a long time. So I think that's probably. I mean, that makes perfect sense, right? Um, does it do on Instagram? He does voiceovers with the Alberta. Wait, what is this? What is an Alberta accent though? Um, 'Cause I don't think Istat's accent sounds any different to mine. It says people from Quebec are like the French Canadian Karens. Oh no. I grew up in your suburbs, but I think your accent was more influenced by your grandparents and parents. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think it, I think accents can be very interesting. Also, people like, especially if people move and stuff. I had a classmate, who was British, and he moved here when he was like quite young. Like he moved here when he was like less than 10. Um, and everyone had this theory that he was like faking. He was just faking continuing a British accent because like you might not have one, right? Like especially if you moved here when you were quite young. But possibly. I think it's that stream voice is forced, but off stream it's probably hella Canadian. I've met him off stream and it sounds the same. Same age, but in high. No, no, yeah, this guy was in high school. This guy was in high school. But it's like it's a valid strategy. There's like no other British people there, right? So like I guess you could like stand out. Um, he was a big football fan. Showed up in a Manchester United jersey like every day showing up in a Manchester jersey. That would not be very popular here. You'd have to show up in your hockey jersey, you know? I don't think I knew anyone who was like maybe like if they were like an exchange student, like if they were like from we had a lot of Brazilian exchange students, so maybe if they had like like if they were that they were it would make sense that they're more into football because it's more popular there. But like here is not very popular. Like Whitecaps were have never been that popular. They're more popular now than they were back then, but back then they were not popular at all. You could like they're probably giving away the tickets like every Friday. Really really just like drilling down on that being British, you know? Um yeah, it's maybe it was real because his parents probably had an accent at home, but um Labubu. What? That's very random. In elementary school, I used to imitate a Spanish accent because he liked some dubbed animations or whatever, and teachers would ask me if I was from Spain. Really? That is funny. That's kind of cute though. Especially if you're that young, that's cute. Um, but yeah, that's definitely possible. I think when we're young, we do all sorts of weird things. You just kind of do whatever you want, you know? I don't think I've ever nailed the accent enough to be able to imitate it though. Like the only accent I have really is like the only accent I have is like when I speak Japanese, I can have a dialect. I can have my mom's hometown dialect. I didn't look too Cuban, so also that was a plus. Oh yeah, you tricked them. You tricked them with your paleness. Um, your Mandarin teacher came straight out of Taiwan, heavy accent. Oh, so you learned some Taiwanese Mandarin. When I lived in Texas for a while, I came back with a bit of a drawl unintentionally. I guess it would probably be easy to pick up, right? Because it's a little adjacent to like a Midwest accent. Um, I guess some people pick up accents quickly, but I think some people also are faking it, right? Like have you ever heard stories of like people who have a friend who like went to England on vacation for like 2 weeks and they come back and they're like, "Wow, I got a bit of an accent." You're like, "Bro, like no, you didn't. You did not." Um, um, Koar's got that Breaking Bad accent. What? Um, you've both just been able to pick them up without trying. I think I pick up like speech habits from other people, but not necessarily accents. But sometimes I do. Sometimes I do get my accent a bit confused, which is bad because people think I'm pretend. I think it's really common for people to pretend, but I think it's just people like being a bit attention seeking. um, I teach Miju slang. That is true. That is true. I think the hardest US accent to understand is that Louisiana accent. An example is Channing Tatum's Gambit in Deadpool. Oh my god, I could not understand anything he was saying. He was like incomprehensible. I was like, I think that was a joke though. Like you're not supposed to be able to understand him. Also, I didn't know that it was Channing Tatum. I thought the other guy was Channing Tatum. That's me on Mondays, 2 days speaking English and I can't remember Spanish words. That happens to me sometimes. If I spend too long in Japan, it's like I start thinking in Japanese, I start dreaming in Japanese, and then I come back and I'm like, how do I speak English? You mirror a lot, so if I'm talking to Americans, I start speaking more American-y. I think it's normal though. I think it's normal. I think people subconsciously start mirroring other people's behavior to make them feel more comfortable, right? Like I think I'm the same way. Like if I talk to like the way I talk to specific people is different than others, right? Um, but I think I hope you guys have picked up some of my speech habits. I don't know what my speech habit would be that you guys would pick up on, but I hope it has rubbed off on some of you. I think that'd be fun. Isn't that called code switching? I guess that's different. Yeah. I guess for me that would be like code switching. Um, you have it as a list. I don't think you can pick up a list. That's different. That's different. But yeah, code switching is normal. That's completely normal. You talk to your white friends really proper, and your other friends like are from the hood. I mean, yeah, that is literally what code switching is. You fully Cuban. You Cubanize. That's good. I mean, yeah, I speak completely different in Japanese because Japanese is just like inherently like a very different language, a very different culture. And welcome in Justin. Hope you're doing well today. Cubanize me solving a Rubik's Cube. Don't know about that one. Um, you think your Spanish has gone in slightly neutral eventually? Okay. I mean, do you speak Spanish when you're in Brazil, or does everyone only speak Portuguese? I hated your list back in freshman year only because of praise. That's why I had mine, Golani. Okay, I had braces as well. Everyone now, I don't think I have one anymore. Maybe if I do, it's like very very slight. But when I have my retainer back in, I could definitely hear the lisp. Lisp. But everyone makes fun of me because I go when I talk to the Pokemon, I go yes. But that's only with my retainer. So haven't had my retainer in a year and a half now. I only wear it at night. So I have my lisp at night, and that's fine. But yeah, once I spend a long time in my mom's hometown, I definitely have that dialect, you know? And my family thinks it's so funny if I speak with the dialect. Because they're like this Canadian girl is like so like it sounds like from she's like rural Japan, you know? Um, you felt that? I know, right? You speak daily to Kimmy, and sometimes I visit my dad. Other than that, just broken Portuguese. Yeah, exactly. Um, I guess I don't know. I guess because you don't live in Cuba anymore. I guess all the Spanish, um, the Spanish listening you have may be more neutral. Um, are you Japanese? Yes. Yeah, it's you gotta get back into I gotta Cubanize myself. I gotta learn my Cuban Spanish. But yeah, I think it's pretty normal to speak certain ways with certain people. Like you're not gonna speak to you can't you're not gonna speak to your grandma the same way you speak to your homies, you know? Like it's not the same thing. Um and like for me in Japanese, I think I'm like kind of the same in Japanese, but definitely um speaking to strangers in Japan is like completely different because you have to be so polite in Japan. So it's like it's 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 just like a very different way of speaking, I think. You gotta make that video. You do, Ricky. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I need my lesson. um, it doesn't have to be in cosplay, you know, like it could be, but it doesn't have to be. How do you say your name in Japanese? It's the same. Justine. Actually, I don't know. People go all sorts of ways of translating names. Vegas is separated into 5 cities: North Vegas, Vegas, Henderson, Summerlin, and Spring Valley. M. I mean, here is kind of the same as well in Vancouver. Like, we call everything Vancouver, but technically it's like Greater Vancouver area, and Vancouver itself is just a small area. But like technically there's other parts of Vancouver, like North Vancouver, West Vancouver, South Vancouver, Richmond, you know? Like those kind of places. So we kind of have the same thing. Like if you're from here, then you will say like specifically where you're from. Summerlin is the rich side. For us, West Vancouver is the rich side, and also Point Grey. Um, Point Grey is the most expensive area in Vancouver, and so is West Vancouver as well. That's where the rich and that's where the celebrities live and stuff like that. Um, Although speaking of Channing Tatum, I think he also has a house here, but I don't think it's in West Van. Um, Summerlin is the west side too. Everyone's on the all the rich people are always going to the west side. Apparently. Yeah, it's we have certain millionaire, billionaire people live in Point Grey. I think who I think a lot of celebrities have homes in Vancouver because it's like a popular filming destination. I know Neil Patrick Harris was here. The people who are in Supernatural lived here at some point. I think they stopped filming. The show was over now, so I don't know if they still live here, but they did at some point. And a lot of CW shows film here. So a lot of CW actors are here. Vegas used to be affordable housing, but all the Californians moved here and raised the prices. Getting LA part 2. I mean, that's the same for everywhere, man. Housing is so expensive. CW, Canadian World. What does CW stand for? It wouldn't be cartoon. Cool watch. Cool watching shows. Maybe? What does CW stand for? I have no, it's probably something really stupid. But yeah, so we film all those shows here, like The Flash, Supergirl, The 100 was definitely filmed here. I still remember. It takes me out of it if it's like too obviously Vancouver, you know? Like Carrie Underwood, possibly. Like in The 100, there was like this plot line where they implant like a chip into their brain and then they go into like this weird like mind world or something like that. And then like they went into the mind world. It's like literally downtown Vancouver, like very obviously just downtown Vancouver. And they're like, oh, we're in the AI world or whatever it was. And then there's like I was like it's like just obviously Vancouver. And same with Deadpool. I mean, like Deadpool, I guess like Ryan Reynolds, Vancouver. But like sometimes they would have like a car chase, and then like they would go from one place to another, and I'm like, those places don't connect. Like, what? Don't do it like that. Like, if you're gonna do it. Come on, Ryan Reynolds. um, you grew up in an area where a lot of people commute from all over Norway, moved to commute to Oslo, so your Norwegian dialect is a bit odd. I see. I see. I mean, if it works, it works. Why do you think there's a huge amount of Canadians in K-pop? I didn't say that. I was talking about shows filming here. um, Literally in the last decade, Vegas got 3 national sports teams: Golden Knights, Raiders, and Ace. Now movie theaters here, a lot of celebs and streamers moving here. Yeah, I think a lot of filming is moving to Vegas and also Austin, right? Like a lot of stuff is moving to Texas. Why do a lot of buildings in downtown Vancouver look the same? Like they're all made of glass. We just love glass buildings, man. We love really tall glass buildings. And sometimes they make like weird designs on them, you know? They like that. Gas used to be $2.50. Gas is only $1.30. I mean, yeah, same here. The gas has like doubled in price at least. It's not like too bad, but it's everything just got more expensive. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it has been the last few years. Don't even get us started on the price of eggs. Not the eggs. Now I feel like I'm saying eggs weird. Eggs. 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 How do you say it? Milk. Milk and eggs. That does not seem right. Eggs. A carton of eggs. A carton of eggs. A carton of milk. Milk and eggs. Oh no. Now I feel like I say eggs weird. Eggs. Eggs. They're nice buildings, but it's like they use the same blueprint for the whole city. You gotta come and see them. So they do look somewhat different. Price went up because of the Raiders and the Ace Stadium being the most futuristic. The dome, the sphere, and Ches. No one says Ches, man. Cheese. Some cheddar cheese. Norway has very few tall buildings. We built a couple back in the yuppie times in the 80s, and then realized they're actually really ugly and stupid, so we stopped. Yeah, I feel like tall buildings are like an NA thing, right? For the most part. I mean, I guess Asia too. But like in Europe, there's not a lot of tall buildings. It's very strange. We're in like a big city, and there's like not a lot of tall buildings, you know? I guess we just build up, because real estate's expensive. For English being our first language, we sure do. We sure are terrible at it. I'm just saying it normally. Do you buy your milk in a bag? No, bagged milk is an East Coast thing. I've never seen it. I've never experienced this bagged milk. Oh, if I ever go to the East Coast, I will buy some. I'm actually lactose intolerant though, so I cannot buy bagged milk. But maybe they have bagged lactose-free milk. Who knows? The Sphere is dope. They host concerts and UFC there. I heard that the view from the Sphere is very bad. Like it's like there's certain seats where okay. So they have like firstly, they have a lot of trouble finding people to do a concert there because like you need a very special graphics to be able to display it onto the dome, right? And have that like dome experience. You need like a very specialized graphic. It's not just like a normal screen that you would have in an arena. But apparently, like for a bunch of the seats in the back, like because there's a balcony above you, you cannot even see most of the sphere. So like it's supposed to be like all around you because it's like a sphere, right? But like if you're sitting in a seat that has a balcony rows above you, you can't see anything. Yeah. Which is kind of messed up. They should really advertise that like this one has obstructive view. The skyscrapers are going out of style. You need more Gothic cathedral in your life. What are you gonna do with a Gothic cathedral, man? Um, Real estate is expensive in the second largest country in the world. Because the rest of the country is uninhabitable, okay? It's not our fault. It's just too cold in the rest of it. Um, Las Vegas seems so gauche to me. I mean, I'm sure like like, if you think of Vegas, like if you're like a tourist, it's like the Las Vegas Strip, right? And that's like a very specific thing, right? And not people don't like live there. You guys ever seen that crazy long 15-minute city they're trying to build in the Middle East? What's a crazy long 15-minute city? Like you can walk everywhere in 15 minutes. Is that what you mean? So it's just like a long rectangle in the middle of the desert. Oh no. Speaking of Dubai, didn't they make those like fake islands in Dubai and then they like sink down? Like like whenever they try to make stuff just to be cool and it's like impractical, it's like why waste all that money? Just make something so impractical, right? I heard that as well. Plus, you gotta park far away and walk there. They don't even have a shuttle bus. Come on. Neom is never getting built. Is that what they're calling the city? Neom? Who's trying to make that? The government? I told y'all Dubai is like a fictional city. I mean, Dubai is just like all like all for like appearances. It's like the epitome of like just for appearance, but like underneath it like doesn't work, right? Like it's like, oh, I want to appear, I want things to appear a certain way. We're doing all this stuff for like to seem like very like the publicity, like we're making the tallest building in the world, but like really it's like doesn't function in a certain way. It's like stuff like that, right? It is like it's very dystopian. It's a crown prince's pet project. Wow. It's just to take selfies in expensive clothes to post them on social media. Yeah. But you really are a massive credit card. It's like that, but like a city. What are they gonna do with all their slave labor if not to build enormous wasteful I mean, I guess if your labor is free, then they do all these stuff because they don't have to pay for the labor. I guess that makes sense, which is not good. But yeah, I don't think I could go to a place that supports slavery, which is not a hot take, but I thought I should put that out there. Let's be clear that slavery is bad. But yeah, there's lots of places you can go in the world that aren't that don't partake in slavery, so you could just go to those places. There's lots of cool travel destinations. You know, Iceland's pretty popular these days. Lot of you go to Japan. You could go to Japan. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Iceland. Let's go, Ricky. And yeah, you can go to a lot of places. If we're all K-pop fans here, you go to Korea. Korea has its own problems, but you know, it's not that bad. There's no slavery. South Korea. You go to Norway and harass yeah, Norway. Norway's a good place. You could go to Canada. Canada's pretty good. I don't know. For me, I'm very like going to a place that is like too culturally similar to Canada. Just like for me, it's like, what's the point? You know? Like if I went to Australia, would it really be that different from Canada? Isn't it just people there speaking English, eating white people food, but like they have accents and there's more spiders. Like what is it really that different? I don't know. I'd rather go to a place that has like I mean, I travel to eat. You guys know this. I'd rather go to a place that's completely different cuisine. Really good, some good food and like very different culture. I want to feel like I'm in a vastly different place. Dubai is just Trump's gaudiness, but in a whole country, true. Maybe they all get along. They just got massive bugs in Australia. go to Mexico, their cuisine is top one. I cannot. Actually, I'm really bad with spicy food. That actually rules out a lot of countries, doesn't it? I've got to work on that. I'll up my spice tolerance yet again, and then maybe I'll be able to go. I'll go to Australia, but as soon as I see a huntsman spider, I'm taking the first flight home. Me too. Me too. If I saw a huntsman spider, I would be going to the airport immediately. I would leave my stuff, you know? Like if I went into my hotel, there was a huntsman spider there, I would leave. I'd be like, there might be another one in my bag. Like I cannot. Um, you can see some pyramids and ruins that look like Zonai. Wow, just like Tears of the Kingdom. Surely they have massive spiders in Mexico. Hmm. Not all Mexican food is spicy. That's true. That's true. But a lot of it is, no? My Mexican food came in now too. You're always eating good food. I'm gonna be. I mean, it's almost lunchtime now, so it's fine if I'm hungry. That's why I live in Minnesota. It's too cold for massive scary bugs. True. Here we just have like bears, and the bears are pretty chill. Okay. It's just a decoy spider. The others are waiting in M. Exactly. Exactly. In your bag. In your bag. In your bag. Oh, bag. That's the way. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm a bagged milk. I'll just embrace it. Carne asada. Sounds good. I remember hearing about this Australian village where it rained spiders. What? That's like a nightmare. It's like actually, I would rather it rain like I don't know. I'd rather it rain like acid. And it flew on wind currents and the entire place was shortly covered by the webs they used. Honestly, I would burn the village down with everyone inside, including myself. Sounds terrible. Um, yeah, that sounds like an actual nightmare. I'd rather be on a spaceship with the alien in it, you know? With like 15 alien xenomorphs in it. Um, did tacos last night and put on Aladdin. You know how I wanted to watch my man Aladdin? Aladdin's pretty good. Um, did I say bag like bag? I just said the two same thing twice. Does Mexico have a lot of vegan food? Does it? Um, that village belongs to the spiders? That it does. It does. Is that gold? It is. I had to add it. Cause like you guys know like it I didn't even listen to the song that much and like it's like stuck in my head, you know? It's way too catchy. And I've been trying to sing it in the car. Cause we all know everyone's trying to hit these notes in the car, okay? Um, Even though Mexicans love frying stuff in lard, I'm sure I could just use some vegan oil instead. It's super cat. It really is. It really is. Um, like the songs, in my opinion, are a little bit generic, but they're so generic that they're like very, very catchy, you know? If your town is overrun by spiders, you either overcome your arachnophobia through involuntary exposure therapy or you have nightmares for the rest of your life. That's true. It could go either way. I might not be scared of spiders anymore, or I could just be terrified. Um, Miji wants to be a demon hunter. I'll be a great demon hunter. Weekend Bateon is also catchy. True, true. Your idol is spot on. I like the choir. I like the choir sounds in the end. I think it's cool. Um, and welcome in, Twig. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, I just added this one. I just added this one because I don't want to add too many K-pop Demon Hunter songs. But I do like this one. I like how it's done, but I wish I had a KDA song instead. I wish there was a new KDA song I could listen to instead. I don't like Takedown. I don't like Takedown, but I like Your Idol. I think Soda Pop is good, but I think I don't like the beat. I think the beat sounds really weird. Um, the K-pop, yeah, because I'm just giving my tier list of the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack, okay? Do you have your friends are arachnophobic? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like all the way to arachnophobic, but I don't like spiders. But if push came to shove, as long as it's not like a huntsman spider, I could kill one if I had to. You already zoned down your first monitor. Let me get some Baldur's Gate. Oh, let me share the Baldur's Gate story with you, Draconian. Yesterday, yesterday, Jack and I were trying to do like the owl bear on Grim, that strategy. So I was the owl bear and we jumped down. Firstly, what we learned is in Baldur's Gate, if you crouch, like for stealth, if you crouch for stealth, your weight increases by like 10 times, which makes no sense. Like imagine standing, you weigh your owl bear, you weigh 500 pounds, 500 kilograms. You crouch, you weigh 5,000 kilograms. Like that makes no sense. First of all, that makes no sense. Welcome in, Ratsy. Hope you're doing well today. Good morning. Um, and then after we successfully completed the trick, I went into camp, and then I jumped. Like I didn't do crushing fire. I just did a normal jump, and then I jumped into the Oathbreaker guy to Withers. I jumped into Shadowheart. I jumped into Lae'zel, and then everyone started fighting me in the camp. Luckily, it was not honor mode, but I thought a normal jump wouldn't hurt anyone, but apparently it does. Crushing flight is not the only jump. I thought like normal jump, fine. Crushing flight, damage. That's not the case. Um, you're doing good. Your ear is hurting though. Oh no. I hope it feels better soon. Gotta get the owl chick. Yeah, I don't know if we did. We learned that Miju shouldn't be an owlbear. Well, I got in trouble for only playing Bard, so now I'm playing Druid. But I'm such a one trick in like every game possible. Like I'm playing the Druid, and I'm like, man, I wish I was playing a Bard. And then like I play League of Legends, and I play like a different character, and I'm like, man, I wish I was playing Caitlyn right now. Like every time I was like learning like playing a different character, I'm just like, man, I wish I had my traps. I wish I had my ult. I wish I was Caitlyn, like every time. I guess so attached to one character. Um um Misha's playing KHH, Kingdom Hearts. Hearts. And Japanese hearts. I have no idea. I'm just every H is a heart. That's what I thought. Kingdom Hearts. Something like that. Um, that'd be so funny if Miju lost to honor mode jumping into. I don't think I should be trusted with honor mode. The owlbear cup can spot you pickpocketing. Withers and turn the whole camp hostile. Why does the owlbear care about stealing? It's an animal. What the hell? Scratch would never snitch like that. She was streaming. She was playing Peak. Oh, cool. I haven't seen her in so long. I don't know if she's still streaming. I thought she stopped. Monster Hunter has 14 weapon types. I only know how to use Great Sword. We're the same, Ricky. We're the same. You pick one thing that you like, and then you try other things. You're like, I wish I was back on my Great Sword. Kingdom Hearts HD. Something like that. I have no idea. She got in trouble for playing Bard. I wanting to steal, so she plays Druid. No, I want to play Rogue. Rogue is weird. She said that she's coming back. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is great news. Ricky couldn't even name the other 13, but he really couldn't. She was sick too. Told her to rest. Yeah, she should. Don't stream when you're sick. You play League? Play is a strong word. I have played League before. I got pretty into Wild Rift, the mobile League of Legends, for a while. But I have not played the PC League of Legends in a long time. If they introduce like a fun game mode, I'm down to play a little bit, but yeah, I don't really play. It took me like 30 years to hit level 30. And then I was like, I told chat, I was like, I'm gonna do my placements. And then you guys can, or it's like level 20 or 30 to play ranked. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do my placements and you guys can guess where I got placed. But at this point, I have not touched League of Legends in so long that I don't think I could play. I don't think I could play now. Did you? I didn't. I didn't. I have never played ranked. But if they add the WASD controls, I will play ranked. I'll do my. I heard it's very broken on ADC, and as a Caitlyn main, let me do that because I am actually the worst at right clicking. I cannot control the game to save my life. Um, got a new honor mode run the other day again. Planning on wearing 75 swashbuckler hexblade, but lately I've been mostly playing TF2. So many. I mean, you gotta break free from honor mode at some point, you know? At that point, it's like, what are you gonna do? Maybe you should do a challenge run. I like a good challenge run. Um, like a really, I don't know. There's many things you could do, I think. I was watching someone play with the AI mod, and then I was watching someone play with the AI mod, and they were like, "Oh my god, the AI is so annoying because like every turn they will use every available resource until they have nothing left to do." And it's like, and I was like, "Oh, that's how I play." So I was like, I'm like, wow, I'm better than the AI because you guys remember I tried to use the AI, and Shadowheart would spam Sanctuary every turn, and I don't even do that. I use Sanctuary a lot these days, but it's not like for no reason, you know. You know that feeling, yeah, yeah. Guys, I'm now here. Let me stream it. I'm actually, yeah, that is actually true. Welcome in, protagonist. Guys, we gotta go. He's here. We gotta go. um, no, it is past 12. It is 12:07 now. It's past my bedtime. Wrap it up. Let's go, guys. We gotta scatter. You knew it. You knew it because you came in at this time. Come on. So you did play Mobile League. Yes. I'm a big Wild Rift defender though. Don't knock it till you try. I know League players are very anti Wild Rift, but Wild Rift is actually quite fun. If you give it a chance, it is quite fun. Fast games. There's a lot of like optimizations just to it's just a more fun, casual version of League of Legends, I would say. You love Wild? Oh, okay, okay. I'm glad. I'm glad. So many League players are like so anti Wild Rift just because it's on mobile, you know? But I think it's a fun time. It's not the same. Like if you want a super competitive experience, obviously it's not the same thing, but it's a great game. Um, Trying to wait till 3 p.m. EST and then shows up. Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, time for. Oh, I can say I showed up, but I don't want to hear this for long. We're gonna be late for the 49ers game. Oh no, after fly over. And Floor, thanks for the cookie. I appreciate it. Just streaming longer. You're just trying to force me into streaming longer. It's not gonna work. I'm too hungry. League players looking down on Wild Rift like their own game to them 500 because you heard about that skin. I think they'll have multiple now. When Silk Song stream, I haven't even played Hollow Knight. You guys are trying to stall me by asking questions. But yeah, I am gonna go eat lunch now. You guys can do stuff. Stop being hungry. That's called eating. So I will. Thank you. They have two of the 500. I think there's like a new Jinx skin or something. But yeah, you guys are just come on, guys. Okay. Sexual harbinger at the end. It backfired. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Eat. I don't have Mexican. Okay, okay. Now Kalani's just making me hungry, so really it's Kalani's fault. But yeah, I will leave it here for today. If you want more yapping, I'll be streaming again next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, as usual. Please end. It's cat's eye, just for you, Redzy. Okay. uh, Okay. But if you want to see some Genshin, I'll be streaming Genshin on Wednesday. We can talk all about the new update. I think it's actually the new update on Wednesday. I could be wrong. Maybe next week. But yeah, everyone have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your lunch or dinner or whatever you're having. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh no. Goodbye.